It's just the ghost.
For spirit guide. You can't
You guys have your topics to talk about?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Kinda.
I got two, I guess. But.
Alright. I lied. We are live.
Ooh.
I don't know. Why we are?
What a big surprise.
Plot twist.
I know.
It's the first time Jake has
I've never done that before. Totally
Well, season
inconspicuous.
2, new guest, new bird.
So yeah, Max is we
Dead.
learned that Max didn't test well for the audience for the video we haven't put out yet. So Max is
He didn't
gone.
exactly fit in the demographics.
Yeah, we're gonna have to rehash him next episode.
Rehash him?
See if
What?
see if he works. We're gonna have to redesign the Max character
okay.
for the episodes
All right.
to see if
UI
if people do better.
Is this great design? Welcome. Is this great design? I have a picture of Max.
Yeah.
For now, we have our fellow female friend.
Hi.
Is this history? Is this the first female on our show?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
groundbreaking.
Otherwise, known
We're leading a
as Cat.
movement.
One for the books. We'll go down in
Yeah,
this.
we're leading the movement.
Hashtag feminism.
In terms of movement.
We're the first ones, guys.
First one to do a podcast.
Yep.
So welcome back to I Think You Know Where This Is Going.
I thought we changed the name. Did we change
No, we've
the
never.
Well,
We're just
see,
like name patent
And
pending. Like
we don't have a new name,
So we can't replace it.
We
yet.
can't replace it until there's a new name.
First word to go into your head, go.
Potato.
Potato.
Skeletons.
Potato skeleton.
There we go.
Potato skeleton.
This is what we've come to.
Skeleton.
I think you-
Skeletato.
I think you know where this is
Potato
going.
tin,
Skeletato.
Potatoton skeletato.
Skeletato. Hella skeleton.
Skeleton.
Would you eat a potato with a skeleton in it?
I am a potato.
Skeleton in it? We talk about it.
We
You're
are
like talking
potatoes.
at you.
Oh yeah, I'm just happy.
Should it just be skeleton?
People. The
Skeletato.
exoskeleton.
Skeletato.
The exoskeleton of
Sure.
the potato farm.
For now.
That's
our
tentative.
second
Yeah, that's
temporary name.
tentative.
Tentative.
Tentative-
wait.
Tentative
We said this
skeleton.
before,
Drop in
and
the
I
comments.
said that the name should be called Tentative.
Tentative skeleton.
That has a nice ring to it.
It's still too
It has,
long.
It has no ring to it. That is zero ring
Yeah,
to
it
it.
does. What are you talking about?
Tentative skeleton.
It kind of does.
Tentative
It kind of does.
Tentative
It's got
But
rhythm to
it's
it.
2 words, and I prefer
I'm too
that we
blonde
try
for that
to-
word.
I guess that it would be shorter than our current title, so.
We'll work.
And what are we at? Like 15 words.
I think you know where this is.
I think you.
Okay, 8. I was slightly off.
Yeah, 8 words, so that's a lot better.
Tentative.
It's tentative.
Skeleton.
It's
Tentative skeleton. It's tentative.
Yeah.
Logo
That's the
design.
name. It's tentative.
It's just like a skull that looks like a potato. Or a potato that looks like
Yeah,
a
season 2. Trying to
Yeah.
come up with a name.
this is our only content. Is like that's the only topic we talk about. Is just
It's like
what's
what
your
our name would be.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, so yeah, we're gearing down now towards we had the fall break this
Yep.
weekend.
So we're going
for
on
our
break
school.
after this. So
We're going on break.
that's-
We've had a lot of episodes. We've been doing a lot of stuff, so we think we deserve a break.
Solid.
Only doing too much that we haven't had time to do this really. So, but yeah. Any good thing special you guys are gonna do over fall break? I mean, not
Go
like
see
going.
Markiplier's live.
Oh, yeah.
show. I'm so
Ooh.
excited.
Where is
It's
it?
at the.
You're gonna have
I
to
wanna say
beat the
it's
shit
at
out of some little
Rosemont.
kids.
Like it's at the Rosemont Center, I believe. I have to double check. All I know is that I'm going because I thought it was originally gonna be this week that like we're on, but it's like next week for fall break. And the second I figured that out, I literally slammed down like so much money so quickly to go get these seats. And my sister's coming with me mainly because I'm dragging her with. But like I'm so excited.
Good.
Are
I've never.
we
Yeah,
actually
you say
picking? Are we
kids?
actually picking up Katie on the mic?
I was gonna say yeah. As
Ben, you're now not the quietest anymore.
Oh, I think
Speak up.
she's far away.
Yeah. But
yeah.
Jeez. ask you, and I'll...
Alright, whatever.
We're good.
All right.
We'll fix it in post.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, totally.
Holy
It's a ghost.
damn, girl. Trying to find a door.
but
damn.
Knock it out.
Just like, fucking
So
door.
what's up?
what about you?
What about me? I ain't doing shit.
Yeah.
I might go see Kingsman. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
Shape of Water. Shape of Water. Let's go, right, guys?
Blade
No?
Runner.
Cool.
Yeah, I might try to see Blade Runner because that extra credit though. But
Oh
Yeah.
wait,
Extra credit.
I forgot.
film appreciation.
Oh yeah, film appreciation. I keep thinking it's in Scott's class. Like you have a class with Scott, and he's
That's
like,
not till
"Go
next
see
year,
Blade
yeah.
Runner. I'll give you extra credit." Because he loves Blade Runner, so.
You'd
He's the
probably
one
would.
who-
I'd probably
who-
up to Scott. I'm like,
reason
yo,
why
Scott, I
watched
just
the
saw the
original.
new Blade Runner, and he'd be like, all the credit. Here you go. Take
But,
it all.
I'm gonna go see that
Graduated now.
over the break.
Cool.
I'm also gonna try to get Father and Legend of Zelda for
Alright.
a while because I've been like at the same point in that game for a number of weeks now. So
Make some progress.
yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna do some Cuphead, probably.
Oh yeah, nice.
I'll probably try to be lazy, but then my family will have plans.
I'll
and
try.
just be
Yes.
I hate that.
Yeah,
I like my
that's pretty
family
crazy.
because they like we go and do stuff, but I'm like, I just get home. And
Yeah,
let's
when you
do
only have
stuff
4
now.
days,
Exactly,
it's
it's
like
like,
you need some time to
there is
I
not
rest.
think they're already
time to do
planning. I go
anything.
home, I
Yeah.
gotta have to see like a high school football game. They already have that planned.
I feel like that's like a chill experience.
Yeah, it's pretty chill.
I mean, you could be like
for
the
me,
person who's
it's
like,
yeah, for me, I'm like all PTSD about it, or like I actually kind of miss it a lot though. Like so, I'm just sitting there like sad as I watch them lose. I'm just like, oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
I'm
felt
sure
that.
this
I
loses.
went to a
Always
basketball
always
game
lose.
last year at my high school, and like I never really think about missing it until I watch them and they're like fucking up. I'm like, I could do better than you.
fucking
Get
up.
up.
It's
But
like
yeah.
you're watching from the outside and you're like, I could have done it. This
Yeah.
is what I would
And
have
also,
done. You get
just
on
like-
the field, you're like, you didn't do that.
Like looking back on it, I took it so seriously, and then like
Mhm.
watching it now, I'm like, I wish I just would have like shot more threes and stuff. You know, like it's high school sports, but when you're in high school, it's like your world. You know, so you
Yeah.
take everything
high
so
school,
seriously.
like it's its own like world, and you think nothing else exists, and like you were the coolest person on the planet because you were in high school. Then you leave high school and
Wait,
you become a
wait.
fucking college
Wait,
freshman.
was this true for you guys too?
You think? So wait, you
You
said
feel like
think
you're
you-
entire, like you just feel like you're better than everyone in your high school. Or
No, I definitely know.
You were that
I didn't think I was better than anyone
Okay.
in high school. Or
I can see where you're
Or
coming
Yeah,
from.
like
yeah.
you're saying like the
No.
fuck everyone else mentality.
Yeah, fuck
okay.
everyone else
Yeah.
mentality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
you get
I
out,
see that. Yeah.
Like just think of how many fucking
Fuck everyone
college
in my high school.
freshmen get off that high school high, you know, because they're like the tops and seniors, and then
Oh.
like now they're
Yeah,
freshmen,
I never
bottom
really
again.
felt. I never really got that feeling.
Yeah.
Felt like we were at the beginning of the downfall.
My senior year
of
was
our
shit, so I didn't really
school,
get that.
My senior year was my favorite year.
See, yeah,
Like,
And that's
okay,
usually how it
I'm one of
goes.
those people that's like, everyone's like, ew, I hate school. I'm like, I love school. But, like, I was that band kid, and, like, I just loved all of our shows. Our senior
Oh,
year
okay.
marching show was so good. Like,
nerd.
I know, really don't. I'm the
I'm just
fucking
kidding.
worst.
I was in
Like-
band. I was big president.
My school's doing like
I know you
Oz.
were.
I'm a
I
super
know.
nerd.
Like, what?
My school's doing like Oz for marching band right now, and
Oh,
then like
that's
they
so
start
cool.
off with fucking like glitter and everything.
Dang.
I'm trying to think the drum majors or whatever. They had like this whole like salute thing. Also, they collect this, and there's just glitter shooting everywhere.
You know, our drum major salute was like, I would say our sophomore one was really cool. Our junior year salute was really stupid. I was like, what are we doing with our lives as a band? But now it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's rough, man.
I wish I enjoyed my high school band experience, but my instructor was an asshole, so
Oh,
that
well.
was fun. and made me like my self-esteem like lower a little bit
Yeah.
each more every day that I was in there. So
Like, one of my,
like whiplash.
fuck that
like-
guy. Yeah, no, like
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. It was like it's like basically it's like if you just kind of like made whiplash like a little bit milder. That was basically
Yeah.
If you made
my
it realistic.
instructor.
Did you have like a good band program, or was he just?
Our band was fine. Like we didn't have a marching band. We had pep band and then concert band. That was our same. That was the same band. So we would
Mhm.
practice the prep songs, and the concert songs like in the same
What'd you
sessions.
play in band?
I was in percussion,
Okay.
and everyone hated us. And they only liked Jack because he was fucking awesome on the drum set, and I was never gonna be as good as him. And,
Oh, come on,
man.
man. You know, have
Wait,
some
I'm
whiplash
not a drum set
mentality.
person, but if you can play, like, a pretty solid marimba. Like if you can like hit it on the marimba, ooh, like it just I don't know.
It's just like a hard cue.
Yeah,
Okay.
ooh.
You'd always like tear me apart, and I wasn't the worst case I saw on there. Like I saw him fucking rip this guy to. He was another percussion guy. He was on the timpanis, and he was zoning out. And they were playing the song, and he was sitting there looking at his keys and like messing with his keys, and I was like, oh my fucking god! And he stops the song, and he goes over there and just tears him a fucking new one. It was crazy, but yeah, if I don't remember like everything he would say to me, I just remembered something like, are you intelligent enough to even like know what like I'm trying to think of some of the shit he would say to me, like are you even intelligent enough to like stay on beat or like he would always ask me if I could read music, if I could read the music. Yeah, I could read the fucking music.
We had a director like that. Like he would
fucking
just
humming
like
this shit in the
belittle
back.
everyone, and like I didn't like I don't know. Me and like the two like we had 3 band directors. Like 2 of them like Mr. D and Mr. N. Mr. D, I literally sent him memes this morning. Like we are like good friends.
Yeah.
Like and then like the other band director, he would like just belittle everyone sometimes to the point where like it's like I'm just gonna drop out of band. I don't need this.
Yeah.
Like he'd be like,
That's
you'd be
why
playing.
I dropped out.
You'd be playing like a line, or like I'd be going through my scales, and like say I go through like 4 pages of scales, and I miss one note on like the 3rd page. You know, like you miss a fingering, or you miss a key, or you forget it's a flat, and he'd be like, "Are you fucking stupid? Like I could probably hand like a mentally challenged like giraffe an instrument and play better than you. What are you even doing? Why are you in band?" I'm like, "I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
I
that's
missed
exactly
one note. Like
what
I
it was.
apologize."
Why a giraffe?
Because giraffes can't even play instruments. He's like, I would give it to a monkey, but it has opposable thumbs and it could do it no problem. I could probably give it to an animal that has no like intelligent being and could probably play better than you. And I'm like, I'm so sorry.
Wow, giraffe
Excuse
roast.
me.
Yeah, like stuff like that.
Yeah, like poor giraffe.
And I got it, like, I understood it for a
Travel to
while,
West
but then it was just like,
Yeah.
I'm done with this.
Yeah,
Like,
so what do you
I
think-
don't know why I did it for a second year.
What do you think about like the end of Whiplash when J.K. Simmons is like explaining his motive of being a total dick, and he's like, like the 2 most harmful words
Here's
are
the
good
thing.
job or something.
Here's the
Like he's just
thing.
trying to push you.
Here's the thing, I get it,
Mm.
but I don't believe my teacher was trying to do that.
Mm.
I think he was just an asshole. Because
Yeah.
at no point did he ever clarify that, or like, I don't know, I got it, like, I could see him, maybe that was his motive, but I just felt like always he was just ended up being pissed off in the end. Like, and it wasn't like entirely his fault why I left either. It was just like, it was also the aspect of like, well, I don't want to do this
Mm.
Yeah,
for
like
the
lack
rest
of
of my
passion.
life, so I'm not gonna. I shouldn't be here. So like that was also another thing for me. It's like he wants to handle this like people want to actually do this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. So I shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
And some of them were pissed that I left, but like it was like why I wasn't there for the pep band stuff, because all I did in the pep band was play fucking cowbell. So like
Needs more cowbell.
yeah, exactly. So then it was just like, well, I'm here to do concert band stuff. Occasionally I would do important parts, but it was just like, I was like, this is not for me, and I shouldn't really. I don't belong. I never felt like I belonged in there. So.
Yeah, I kind of see that problem with a lot of high school like coaches or like extracurricular leaders. It's like because that activity is their life. That's their
Yeah.
job, and they don't really realize that that's not the student's life.
This is
like they have
high
other
school.
commitments.
It's
Yeah,
high
right.
school.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like college band, I get that. Like
Yeah.
you should, if you're doing band in college, you should probably like.
College
be
band
good
is
at
so
it.
stressful. Oh my god, like.
Yeah,
Our
like,
band director here, like Dr.
he's
B,
exactly like.
he scares me
Yeah.
so much.
Really?
Everyone's
He's
like,
really
oh,
scary.
he's so loving and friendly,
No.
and like he
Yeah.
can be,
Don't
but most
piss
of the
him
time
off.
I'm just scared shitless every time I pick up my instrument. I'm like, please don't kill me today.
Yeah, exactly. So like it was high school band. I mean, it was,
I remember like it was really funny of how I actually joined high school band. Like I did band for like 4th through 8th grade, and then like I just kind of like stopped liking it for some reason, just because like we switched band directors, and like when we switched band directors, I stopped like falling in love with my instrument just because like band was no longer a fun thing, and so like I remember my mom was gonna send me to a high school that I really didn't want to go to, and I was like, Mom, I really don't want to go to this school, and she goes, okay, well you're either gonna go to the school of your choice and be back in band, or you're going to this other school, and I was like, no thanks, but I ended up doing it, and it was like the best decision I ever made. Like band is honestly so
Staying
much
in
fun.
the band.
Yeah. I think I legit asked told my mom, I was like, Mom, if you make me go to this other school, I'm gonna become a hardcore drug addict. I'm starting with cocaine. And she goes, are you serious? And I go,
Starting with cocaine.
Don't do
And I go,
that.
No, that's not healthy.
I'm
I'm committed.
I'm like, I really don't want to go here. Don't test me.
It's expensive.
Fun fact, I don't do cocaine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we haven't reached that low point yet, you know us.
No, I was never in band. I always hung out with the band kids. I was always like associated with them, but I cannot read shit. So like I cannot do any instruments or
I
do
struggle so
anything.
hard with bass clef. Like, I started with treble clef, and then I like taught myself like flute, piano, and baritone saxophone.
Was
Oh, wow,
like,
trouble?
Oh, cool.
And like what it
Was it giving you trouble?
it was giving me trouble. No, but bass clef's so hard because like my mind automatically just switches like to treble clef no matter what. Like it's horrible. It's like on piano, whenever I play
That
piano.
was one thing great about percussion.
Notes.
Yeah. You just fucking playing everything's a quarter.
Nice.
I always had to work with the band
Yeah.
kids because I was in art club. So I had to make sets and everything for the musicals.
Mm-hmm.
So we always like worked in tangent with each other.
I wish I would have done art club in high school, because like I don't know, like none of my friends were in it, so I didn't do it. You know,
Oh,
I
yeah.
could have gone there maybe.
Those are my probably closest friends. Were all art
Yeah.
club people.
I remember I was in like our art club, and I was also in our photo book club. But like I wasn't an actual member, just the member that was in charge of it did a really shitty job, and so the teacher, like I was really good friends with her, she goes, yeah, I'm just gonna give you this camera, so just start taking photos and we'll use yours instead. And I was like, alright, cool. So like all the photos I took are in her yearbook, but I'm not in like the yearbook club and like the photo book club or anything.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
I regret
It's so funny.
my senior year of art club. What I liked in the beginning, kinda, because I was the president of art club at that time. But number one, I was in a relationship at the time that was pretty toxic, so it was just like, and then she wanted to show up to art club, so I would have her come, and then she would be like needy little baby the entire time. And so it like
Here it comes. Here it comes. How did you really feel?
yeah. No, that's it.
That's it?
No sound on that.
That's totally not.
But the
okay.
second thing was just the school was in debt, and so like they were like, of course, it's like the fucking classic high school movie story. They're like, we gotta get rid of
raise
the music
money.
program and the art club, and you're just sitting there like, I remember the fucking principal said it like we had this thing called executive council, and so all the presidents of every club would get together and like, we would talk about like what's best for the students and everything and all that fucking shit. And the principal comes to me, he goes, math club, and there was science club, and then there was some other stupid club. Speech and debate.
Other stupid
Speech and
regular
debate.
topic.
Whoever needs
No,
it.
really.
And he goes, those are all part of like the core curriculum in our school. Art is not. Oh, it's like science was in it. He's just like art's not. So they're expendable.
What
He said that to my
what's the
fucking
point of a
face.
club then?
I was
No,
literally
okay,
gonna
wait.
fight his ass.
Our
Yeah,
middle
yeah.
school did that, like going from like middle school middle school to high school, right? That's the transition, like
Yeah.
elementary,
Yeah,
primary
yeah,
school,
yeah.
middle. Okay.
If I recall correctly.
We
I
had
never had that, so I
we
can't.
had like band, we had music appreciation, we had foreign language. They added 3 English clubs, like English learning
3
clubs.
of them.
They got rid of the foreign language, the band, and the music appreciation classes to add 3 English writing clubs, which we already have 3 English classes to do, which was stupid. And the other thing was, I hated that because one, like our music program in high school suffered because kids were not doing band anymore because they made it you can either do band or sports and you can't do both, and they just recently re-added it where you can do an after school. curriculum, so now like the band program's a lot better. But like they took that out. I don't know why they took out foreign language, because like in middle school you have 3 years there, so you did French, German, and then Spanish. And then when you get to high school, you need to take a language to graduate. And so, like, the middle school is like, oh, we're preparing you for high school. By getting rid of classes you'll need to take in high school. And I'm like, why did you take out the foreign language if they need to start taking those freshman year in order to graduate on time? Like, I don't know. To me, that was just really stupid.
Yeah. Well, it's like they gotta cut something because, like I don't know if it's similar in Illinois, but in Iowa, like public schools have like no funding.
Oh yeah,
like because our governor is some
Illinois,
like century-old buffoon that doesn't do anything.
Well, the thing with Illinois is they just are so fucking corrupt with everything that money goes to their whatever they make money off of.
Mm-hmm.
They'll give money to, but schools is not something that you make money off of. You know, so this is I remember. Yeah, so they told me like our club was expendable. And I was like, that's fucking bull. And then I actually, my foreign language, I never took I took it freshman and sophomore year of high school. I took a foreign language because I went to another high school then. And art wasn't considered a foreign language. But then I go to this new school, they're like, yeah, art's considered a foreign language. I'm like, fuck Spanish. I can't speak it, so might as well. I'll speak art. That's my language. And yeah, but I remember I went off, like I was pissed at him, and I immediately after that club I would have art club, so I went right up to our sponsor, which was the art teacher, and I'm like, so this is what he told me to my face. And that next week our school did a rare thing where they had the whole town come in during the school council meetings.
Damn.
And
What?
we're like so
The whole town.
Yeah, the whole time, because they're like, where the superintendent, where they're all talking, because they were discussing the budget, and they wanted to hear like the suggestions of everyone. So we fucking took up an entire section of the auditorium, all wearing like art club shirts. Took up an entire section, and then like kind of like stormed up on the stage and everything. Whenever like you're like, okay, anyone said, I'm like rose my hand and everything, and me and 2 others were like talked while everyone else like stood up. And we were like, oh, like immediately after that, everyone was like, yeah, we like the art club. We keep the art club.
I feel like if our school did that, they'd be like, all right, and we're taking out a new budget cut for the football team, $2 million to the football team. And they'd be like, oh, what about marching band and like the drama and arts program? And they're like, $4, but you gotta share it. No, I honestly I hate it.
So opens his wallet like,
here you go.
I got a 5.
Split it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, oh, here's $4 and some pocket lint. Fight for it. Like.
So my school did it differently with sport. Certain sports had their own way of like fundraisers. It was called like the Booster fucking club.
Oh yeah, we have like boosters too. But
so like they were the only
they
ones.
just
So
get free
like our
funding
booster
all the
club
time.
went to was attached to like football and I think basketball, and so they were on a totally different funding than our school would fund like traveling for all the sports, but because they had to get their own buses.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was the booster clubs.
I remember our
So,
football team had these like double-decker fancy-ass buses
We had
for
one
a
of those.
tournament. And then we had
Double-decker
like
buses?
we had a band competition and we got this like really like ratty-ass
Regular
bus.
yellow
And I'm like, what the
bus.
hell is
We had one of
this?
those buses with
That
the
is so
TVs. One time, like we had one of those buses with.
We
like,
got a
the
bus with a
TVs
TV one time for
yeah.
for our state championship marching band tournament, and
But that was just like a normal game. We had just
I
like a
was so
2-hour
excited.
drive. So
You know what I rode? Fucking school bus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I did too. That's why I was so excited
That was
when we
me
actually
doing
got
track.
these like
Well,
nice buses.
But they were pissed about. So one of the things, like a lot of parents, but it was that booster club and the players funding to get this nice bus for us, but people on the outside that didn't know that were getting pissed because they're like, well, in my sport, like my kid has to ride the school bus. We're riding the short bus. And y'all get that kind of, TVs on that bus?
We
Ooh.
put all the euphoniums on the short bus. They were too big to fit on the bus.
So like there was a rule passed where we couldn't do that, like buy our own bus. We had to use the schools. And then I remember some guy at that meeting, like the school council meeting, he goes, "We need to work on this budget." And I felt. Oh, he said, "Our suggestion is we just don't have the buses, and we have them like the track team can fucking run to their meets."
What the fuck?
He said that.
He
he said that, and then the next thing is, this town, we're losing so much, like, I'm not earning as much money, and I'm like, I can't even afford my Porsche anymore. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. I think the auditorium booed him. We all started booing him. And they're like, no, they're like, everyone's shy, we gotta respect everyone's opinions, and we're just sitting there like...
It's not an opinion.
Yeah, that's not an opinion.
We have to listen to everyone's suggestions, can't be rude, and we're like, you heard him too, and then he's like, the one guy's like, yeah, we don't agree with anything he just said.
Honestly, though, sometimes when like people say like, oh, you have to appreciate everyone's opinion, like sometimes people's opinions are really dumb, and I'm like, no, we don't. Like, I know what like you're trying to be like.
It is possible for an opinion to just be wrong.
Yeah. Everyone's like, there's no such thing as a wrong answer, or a wrong opinion. I'm
there
I'm
is.
pretty sure there is. That's why you have like
it's
politics and stuff.
it's mostly the thing where it's like, oh, you have to respect their opinion, and it's like, well, like, you don't have to like try to convince that you're right, but like you can say like, yeah, I fucking hate your opinion. Like, you don't have to be like, oh yes, I respect.
Well, he has to respect my opinion that I hate his fucking opinion.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so yeah, exactly. It's like, you can be pissed about it. It's not like you should not allowed to be pissed about what he just said up on that stage.
Yeah.
I'm so excited because tomorrow's Friday, which means after my class I get to go home and see my doggo.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pumped about it. I FaceTimed her.
I'm so ready for break.
Yeah.
I don't know. My parents were just here last weekend, so it's like, it'd be nice to be home and try to relax at home.
Like not do anything for like a
yeah,
day.
that's what I want to do. Like, I just want that,
Everyone's
but
like,
I know
oh,
it's
I'm
not
gonna
gonna
relax.
happen.
I'm gonna go see like Mark's like show, and then I'm gonna do homework for the next 3
Yeah,
days on
that
my
too.
break.
I probably should start my
I
animation.
still have quite a bit of
Me too. I haven't started.
I have to like start drafting a 10-page paper. I have to finish like mocking up a magazine for my art 305 class.
90
Solid.
frames.
Dude.
We got a paper we gotta revise. I have to revise mine quite a bit.
How long of a paper is it?
5 pages.
Okay. That is quite a paper.
It's
not too bad.
Devin kind of tore my paper to shreds.
He literally handed you back shredded
Wait,
pieces of paper.
what was your paper about?
It was that's an impression of Devin. Well, I like it, but
It wasn't about the whip.
I like it, but who cares about my opinion?
Yeah,
the fact is, it's shit. So. It's 10 pages now for you. Just for you. You have to write 10 pages now. Make sure it's good.
About
If it's not an A, you fail.
narrative interaction in games.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't know that was an option.
Oh, yeah, like, he said you could write it on anything, like, remotely close to what we talked about.
Okay.
So I was just like...
So my butts in games will go through, is what you're saying.
What'd you say?
My butts in
yeah,
games.
probably.
Analysis of
probably.
cheeks in games.
yeah. of the
Writing
analysis
best
of dicks
cheeks in
games and the order 18.
The Order 1886, Among Your Friends. That other one that kind of actually grosses me out. Shower with Your Dad Simulator.
Oh,
My senior
yeah.
year, and it's like an independent English class, and basically I have a whole semester to write a 30-page paper about anything I want.
I had a class
And
like
like,
that.
I was like, what if I just completely, like, it could be anything I want. Like, she was
Oh.
like, you can talk about any topic you want. And I was like, can I talk about, like, the logistics of Minecraft? Because, like, that would just be a waste of 30 pages of paper. But, like,
Would it,
that would
though?
be so fucking funny.
Talk about
Like, everyone's writing, like,
diamonds for
empirical
dinosaurs.
speeches and, like, talking
Yeah.
about politics or, like, movements and stuff. Like, here's my, like, dumbass writing about some weird thing.
Mhm.
Just, like, waste time. But I wouldn't do that. But I really, like, highly thought about it.
30 pages.
30 pages of logistics of the Minecraft.
So I don't want to go back to it, but like, so I'm the only person who went to the same like grade school for 8 years, right? Here.
Yeah.
What do you
Yeah.
mean?
Why do you
Yeah.
hate yourself?
Wait. What?
Yeah. So I went to
You
Catholic.
had one of those
I went
grade
to a
schools
Catholic
that, like,
school.
That one
It
for
was
8
grades.
years.
It was grades kindergarten
Yeah.
to 8.
Oh, okay.
So I went there for 9 years.
Okay,
With the same people.
It's like you
and
didn't
we
have a junior
all
high?
fucking hated each other.
Okay, that's how
No, yeah, my school building was K-12.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. But you didn't go through the whole... Or wait, did you?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, well, we had
Sorry.
there's kindergarten and then the elementary and then junior high was 7th and 8th and then the high school.
So it was all
they
in
were
the same-
separated, but it was the same building.
Same school, same building even. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Damn.
Yeah, we
I've
had
just been
three
with the
different-
same people since kindergarten. Like, we had
Mhm.
K through 5th grade, 6th, 7th, and 8th, and then high school. But like our town is, I'm not even a town, we're a village. The village of Vermont. We're so small that the people you see the first day of kindergarten are the people you're gonna walk across that stage on high school, senior year. And like because we're such like it's like we have like we call it the L bubble because like you never leave the Lamont bubble, which is why when I came here I was so excited because like no one else from my school was coming in. I'm like,
I know. I use that term all the time, the bubble, like for my hometown.
Like there's a group of people.
So many people just never leave.
Yeah, there's a group of people at my high school that like they established this friend group in first grade, and they've been friends all the way through senior year of high school. They didn't pick colleges based on where they wanted to go, but on where each other were going. So now they're all at the same high school. They only hang out with each other. They have no outside friends. And I'm like, you're not going to grow as an individual if you don't make new friends. Like, that's great you have close connections. I'm not saying, like, don't be friends with people, but, like, in order to, like, grow as a person and, like, gain different, like, thoughts and views and, like, expand on your, like, intellectual being, you know, like, you need to, like, have new experiences and get out there. And
that
like,
used to be me.
No, that used to be me too. Like in high school, like I had a group of friends. Like I never
didn't
left
have any
my group.
intention.
Yeah, me too.
Like until like 8th grade of like, or like I don't know. It was always like, oh, I'm gonna be with these guys, you know, for the other schools too. But I got new friends in high school and I got new friends here, so. I'm glad that it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about my school is, like, my graduating class was 38, so, like, I had my group of friends, and I knew who everyone else was, you know, I know that these people are the people I want to hang out with the most, so why leave this group, you know? But, like, it's not like we went to the same college or anything.
I never really had a close group of friends.
Graduating class was 38, you said?
Yeah.
Where
My
it would last for a short while.
Yeah.
My sister's graduating class was 15.
Damn.
Damn.
I've seen a graduating class of 2 one time.
What the heck?
Yeah.
2?
It was a school that we played in our conference, and they were usually like the size of us, but then like one year they just only had 2 people.
That's crazy.
And it was a guy and a girl, and like it was one of those
They
schools.
got married.
I don't know. Honestly.
They got married.
That would be
the
awesome. But like they have like all the
too.
classes up in the hallway of like outside their gym and stuff. So
Oh
just like
my
walking
God,
by
it's
and
just
it's just
two.
those 2, and I'm like a guy and a girl. I'm like that's the most awkward sex ed class of all time.
Damn.
Our sex ed class was so stupid. Like, I know sometimes, like, people don't always, like, get the right information about, like, sex ed stuff, but I, like, dead ass came to health class once, and we were talking about periods one day, and all the guys were like, what? And, like, they were so shook. And then this one guy was like...
What grade was this?
This was, like, freshman, sophomore year of high school. You have to take it before your junior year, otherwise you can't go on. And I'm like...
That's too late. I
It
feel
is
like
too
everyone
late.
already
I think-
knows.
Yeah,
by
but, like,
then.
Did you guys have a specific
You would think,
sex ed class?
right?
We
You
had
Yeah.
one unit. In
Yeah,
one
we had a
class.
unit.
Yeah,
had a
yeah.
unit in elementary school, 6th
Like,
grade.
We
They
had
would
like
separate
people
us
talk about
for
it
a
kind of
couple
before,
weeks.
but we didn't actually take like an actual one until high school. I remember this one dude dead ass raised his hand and he was like, "So I have a question about periods," and the teacher was like, "Okay," and like this was a guy asking, so she's like, "Okay, like at least you're being open, like maybe we can get a ball rolling here," and he goes, "I don't understand why they happen. Can't they just like hold it in?" And I just like me and like 2 other girls looked at him and just go, "You know, we fucking wished we could hold it in." Like that shit
Oh my
just starts
God.
coming out, and he was like, "What? You can't just like hold it and wait for later?" And I'm like, "No, you can't." And like the teacher looked at him like, "How did you make it this far in life? Like what?" Like you'd think you'd have like a little bit of like premise behind things.
I wish I would have had that
It's
class.
not, he doesn't have a fucking vagina though. How the hell is he supposed to know? Gosh dang blood is supposed to do.
That is kind of true. Yeah.
I mean,
Like,
if
you
he
can't
hadn't had the
hold it
class,
in.
like
Yeah.
I
But it's not like
assumed
that
that
you
you couldn't.
I think
but
it's like kind of
I
like
don't
the way
like
he
it.
asked it. Like he could have
Yeah.
just asked like, "Oh, can you hold it in?" But he just like assumed that like you should be able to.
Oh,
That-
okay.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I think it's weird.
Just
Like
put a Band-Aid
we
on
kind of
Yeah.
right.
It's bleeding.
Yeah.
That's what a pad is. It's a big inverse band-aid.
You're right.
Yeah.
Some new subject though.
Can you hold it in?
No, I was gonna bring up our generation was like the generation to switch from sex education before we were told abstinence, like don't have sex, otherwise you die.
That was mine.
To
I was taught that in.
No,
but
we
then,
still
but,
have
we,
that.
but then we kind of switch. But even like going into college, they kind of switch to like, yeah, you're gonna have sex. We know you're gonna have sex.
Yeah.
Just do it right. Like
The
Don't-
scene from
yeah.
Mean Girls.
Mhm.
It's like you won't
Don't
get
have
chlamydia,
sex or you
and you
will-
will die.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't have sex. You'll get chlamydia and die. Also, you'll get pregnant and die. Yep, that's how pregnancy works.
so it's just it's kind of weird. Like people are starting to transition to that. And I remember it was a big thing.
I don't think my school had that, honestly.
In my school, we had like a
what?
girl
Abstinence.
It didn't say.
They were just like, wear condoms when you fuck.
Yeah.
When you
That's what my
I
school
just
started. But like I was at
remember-
another school that was like teaching abstinence, and then when I went to this next school, they're like, yeah, just wear condoms, be safe. wear
Don't wear
pads."
condoms. I remember my middle school teacher specifically telling me that you'll get dick burn if you wear more than one condom.
if you
We
wear more
had-
than
But still,
one,
like
Yeah.
rub against
you're
each
only
other and
supposed
rip.
to wear one.
Right,
yeah,
yeah.
they'll rip.
Yeah.
And it'll be really uncomfortable trying to get like multiple layers
Yeah.
off of your
Dick
dick,
burn.
I feel.
Yeah, my high school never had any sexual education like that at all. But my Catholic grade school had during 8th grade they had this like basically abstinence session.
Aw. I thought
But
they like
there was so
the
they
Catholic
played
Church
this
gonna teach you how to fuck.
no, they played this video, and like it was, oh my god, it was obviously tailored for not our school.
Okay, go on.
And so
Y'all
It
were
was-
sitting
it
there
was
like this the
basically-
entire time.
I didn't fucking care. I just fucking sat there and watched the video. But like, it was I just remember the video was basically like trying to convince you that condoms don't work, and that like there was I just remember this one quote from this guy in the video where he's like. It's like they're like asking students questions or something like get responses. So he's just like, well, these girls like they wear these dresses all the time. They're really sexy, you know. And how are we supposed to not want to have sex because? And like there's this like whole thing like, and yes, girls, you should not dress as sexy as to provoke men or something like crazy shit like that. And I was like. Okay. Interesting.
That's why
Oops.
That's when you noticed your schooling was
Interesting
corrupt.
perspective. Okay, but yeah, that was something we had to watch in grade school.
Do you guys ever have to, like, I don't know if we're changing topics or anything, but really quick, I'm gonna put this in there. Do you guys ever watch The Miracle of Birth?
Oh yeah.
What?
Did you have
Yeah.
to watch that?
No.
Oh,
I had to
heard
go
of
to
this.
the
I've heard
dentist
of this.
that day.
Me too.
And I told my friend, I was like, okay, if we watch this, like, she was like, I don't want to watch it. I don't want to watch it in this class. I was like, I'll be there, and we'll watch it together. And then my mom, she goes to the dentist, but you shouldn't watch it by yourself. But basically, you just watch a woman push a baby out of her vagina.
Yeah.
And, like, it's like literally just like.
People's reaction.
I was
We had a
going there,
documentary
man.
before that. It's like this one couple, and they like explain everything and like talking about, and you have to go through the whole process, and you're just sitting there like the suspense is building up. Like
Just,
you know what's
just
gonna
do
happen.
it already. Just
We
push
had
the
this-
sucker out. Move
We had
on.
this one kid who was like he's so innocent about everything that like he
Oh, I'm
heard
so
even
sorry.
like
Nah, it's fine.
the documentary
Shit, my knee.
started. And he pulls up his hood and pulls the strings all the way out to where he couldn't see anything. He got stuck in the hood with his tiny asshole to avoid seeing
Tiny.
anything. And I'm like, everyone else just, or a lot of people just, during the part, we just like looked and we're like, oh, okay, there it is. Hello. But like,
Hello.
hello.
Baby,
Hola.
can you see us?
But like, I was like,
Can you hear me?
I felt so
Can you
awkward,
see
like when
us?
people would like overreact to it, like, oh
Uh-huh.
god, oh, and I'm like,
oh,
how can I
oh.
I'm like, you're gonna have to go
Yeah,
through this
how it
someday.
works.
Would be me
Grow the
though.
fuck up.
Would
What?
be me though.
What? Yeah, it's. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Kind of grosses me out. Like,
Yeah.
like I wouldn't start
Okay,
screaming.
Here's the
or
other thing
Yeah.
that's like
hiding.
You-
people
Right.
like they're like, oh, my
Cringe.
husband better be there for like our child's birth. And I'm like, I would like you to be there because like it's the birth of our child. But like at the same time, like I don't need you staring at me sweating trying to push a child out. Like wait until it's
Well,
born
yeah, like
first
if I
and
was
then
gonna be
come
a
in.
father, I would not be looking down there. You know, I'd
Yeah,
be
really.
up by her face, like holding her hand.
And like
right?
no, some
Like,
girls are like, I want it. Like I want to watch it. You're like, that's really awkward. I would not want that. What are you talking about?
But have you seen like those guys that like pass out?
I'd do
Mhm.
whatever.
After that,
I'd probably
like,
pass
I'd be
out.
ready.
like
to do
Sokka
that.
from Avatar. He like walked in and just like faint.
I'd be ready to do anything.
That is so-
I'd be like, yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I could look down
Yeah.
there. Like that's not what I want to
C-sections are the
picture.
scariest.
When I look
Like,
down there.
You guys know what goes into a C-section? It's so
Yeah, that's.
You, like,
that's.
take all your intestines and put it in a tray next
Yeah,
to you.
that's.
Scoop the baby out, then put all your intestines
Now
back
that I
in.
don't think I could.
While
watch.
you're
No.
awake, again,
No.
in some cases, like you're still awake and they give you an epidural so you don't feel anything, but you're like you can physically watch them like You don't have to. Like they can but they have to keep you awake for like the baby's sake. I don't think like they can legally knock you out unless there's like some medical thing that comes up. But like they just numb the shit out of you from like basically like your rib cage down, and they just cut you wide the fuck open, move all of your innards out except for your lungs and your heart, get the baby, and then scoop that shit back in you. And I'm like, that's horrifying. Just I don't know. Blindfold me, or just don't let me have kids. I'll just get like 10 dogs. I don't want to look. I don't need to see my own entrails. That's so scary.
Yeah, that's very unnatural.
Oh my god, I'm shook.
That was great. That was interesting.
That topic.
It is.
Yeah.
That was something
Topical. Babies being born every day.
Yep.
That's what's up.
That's awesome. Yeah. I think my pizza's.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
I feel like if I'm in that, like, I don't know, like if I'm fucking, like, I give you a shot, I'm gonna be there for all of that. I could, like, oh no, I'm gonna wuss out on this thing. Like, sorry, this is where I draw the line. I got you pregnant. I was there for like all 9 months, but this is where I draw the line.
What if before she's like, yo,
I'll come back
your
and
kid.
Walks in there, punts.
They
just pull it out.
I'm like, I'm not showing up.
I mean it's like there.
What?
It's there.
Like
you
it's
go
happening,
you're like,
like
I'll
it's
hold
half
your hand,
out.
and she's like, yo, this ain't your kid.
Oh, I'd be there, they pull the baby out. I'd be like, put that shit back in there.
Shit back where it came from. So help me. Wow. Good morning, you guys.
Good morning.
But
It's
do you
Friday.
believe there's
You've
such
been
thing as
really excited for
ugly
that
baby?
time to change to today.
Oh,
Constantly checking.
from earlier?
Or just no, like you've just been checking the time a lot.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I always check the time. I don't know why. Because I always feel like I've been like so busy with like meetings and like classes and trying to organize everything that like I'm just an avid like time checker before. I would never look at the time, and now I'm always like consciously aware of like, what time is it? Do I have a paper due? Do I have things to turn in on Sakai?
And then it's weird like over Christmas break because you like still feel that for a while.
Well, yeah,
like I
because,
should be
like-
doing something.
Well, like last year, my teachers were like, "Oh, have a great Christmas break. By the way, there's a 5-page paper due when you come back, and you need to turn it on Sakai for like a turn-in date, like at midnight this date." And I'm like, so then I'm like constantly like trying to relax, but I'm also like, shit, is it the due date yet? Okay, no. Is it the due date now? Okay, like.
Yeah.
It was.
that kind of defeats the purpose of a break.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fine.
Turn your paper in when you get back.
Ed still gives out paper.
Ed just always gives out papers. That's just his nature. He lives off.
He has to.
It's his extra.
Does it to
Oh, and
survive.
the teachers like they pull that
Assignments.
shit that's like, oh, do you have those like tests graded? Like you had a break to grade our test. Like, oh no, I was in the Bahamas, but your paper ready to be turned in. I'm like, wow, fuck you.
Yeah.
Whatever. You know.
Topical.
I got a topic.
Oh,
Here we go.
fuck, here
Bring it in. New
comes.
topic.
Okay.
Okay. So, this is on a gaming realm. So, recently I started playing Overwatch. Like, Jake's been letting me play Overwatch on
Recently, I've
PC.
been playing this game called Overwatch.
For some
No
reason,
one's
I
ever
say
heard of it.
Roblox.
Yeah.
Support the little guys. Go play
Yeah.
Overwatch.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
but the reason, like, I originally wanted to play it is because other people have played it, and then, like, I felt like I'm being left out on certain things. Like, on that all that hype. And then, like, recently I've been trying to get to, like, watch more games or get, like, learn about more games because I've kind of, like, been out of that loop. So, like, now that esports is becoming a bigger thing, I'm kind of, like, wanting to see, like, I want to be in that bubble of, like, the people that enjoy esports.
I want to be in the gaming world bubble.
Yeah.
Well, the esports bubble is kind of different. But
It
yeah.
is, yeah.
But has there ever been, like, a game for you guys that came out and you felt like you had to play it because you felt out of the bubble for it?
Every game ever, but like I don't own that
Yeah.
many.
Yeah.
Like literally
You don't
every
get
game
that.
that comes out that gets
What is
mad
the
hype.
game that gives you that, like, you want to? Like, what's your number one game right now that you would want to play?
Oh shoot. Well, like I
Destiny
mean,
2.
did you say Destiny 2?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. There's like a lot of like, well, like it's not either like I've played them or like I would like to play through them fully on my own time because like I don't have like a Wii or a PS4 or like the Switch. So there's a lot of like just different consoles that like I don't have, but like I would like to at some point get and play the games through. Like Like The Last Guardian. I've like watched people play it, and I've played it on like a friend's console, like bits and parts. Like I haven't been able to like sit down and play the whole game through. Like I've played the whole game, but like not to the extent that I would like, you know.
Yeah.
And so like probably just go back and play like games that I've only been able to play in segments and just like run through it.
Just go through.
And there's like a clean gameplay going on, you know, that like I can appreciate the game for what it is instead of being like, oh man, maybe like my friend wants me to leave, so I better wrap this mission up, or you know.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Like here, because if I'm playing a game, I gotta sit down, I gotta relax, and I gotta play the game, and I can't
cuss at everything.
Well, yeah, see, that's different for multiplayer games because it's like I can get in and play a match and get out.
Yeah.
Like here, I just don't. I just don't really have the time to do that, or just feel like I can, because it's just like I could be doing this other thing right now, like in terms of like work or something like that. So, but
I'm really excited for the new Assassin's Creed that is coming out.
yeah, it does look interesting. I'll give it that. I played 3 and 4. Austin's the big Assassin's Creed guy.
How many are
We
there? There's like
have-
a lot of them, right?
Where there's
there
Assassin's Creed,
is.
Revelations, Brotherhood.
You forgot
Brotherhood
to.
was before, yeah.
Oh,
1,
was
2,
it 2?
Yeah.
Brotherhood, Revelations,
Revelations.
3, 4, 5.
Wait, yeah, 3. Black. I know there's like Black Flag.
Black Flag, that's 4.
Yeah.
Rogue,
The new one.
Unity,
5, Unity 6,
Syndicate.
Syndicate's so good.
There's the ones on like
Origins.
Vita or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't
Origins.
fucking know.
Yeah.
I own.
There's
Well, my
another- there's
sister
another
is
one where, like,
obsessed with
there's
Assassin's
another
Creed. We have
one-
every
Chicken
single one, like all the
McNuggets.
DLCs for everything.
There's another one where it's in China, Russia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and somewhere else. I forgot the name of that one.
Like we're those people that layer extra. Like we have like we pre-ordered it. We're gonna get like that big like DLC box that comes with a bunch of shit. Like we
I
have, like,
love doing
for
that.
the Black Flag, when Black Flag came out, we like
Oh,
pre-ordered
yeah.
it. We have like a big pirate flag for the game. We have like a big, huge
What does that one
like
come with?
stand. For Black Flag.
Yeah.
It came with like a pirate ship,
Okay.
a book of like
Awesome.
all the different like storyboards and design art. We have a
Oh, that's
big
cool.
like I don't even know like what is this 3 like a foot and 3 inches roughly of like a big figurine of like
Yeah.
like the
Because they were
main
trying to
characters
have
and then comes with 2
because in the
side
game they
characters.
started
Okay.
getting the figurines you
Yeah,
get behind your desk,
it's
and they're
so
trying to like, oh, here's a real life
Yeah.
thing of it.
I'm a sucker for those. Yeah, but like going back to what you said, I've never like been like, oh, I need to play this game because everyone else is playing it.
Yeah.
I get interested in trying to see if I want to play it
Yeah.
because of that. But most of the time, it's it gets big, and I look at it, I'm like, oh, that does look really cool.
Yeah, that's a better way of wording it. Because I
that's
would
on-
play a game.
That's on the list.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I wouldn't play a game that like just because everyone liked it. Like I never really got super into Minecraft. I played a little bit. Yeah, I probably would have played it.
Yeah,
I played it for like. Maybe
I don't want to
years.
know how many hours I put into Minecraft.
Okay, like,
I probably would have put more, but I just never. In the beginning, whenever it was huge, I never got into
Oh,
it.
yeah.
And there was a couple other games that like when they released, I just like it's just like
oh my god.
there's a lot of like computer. It's mostly like PC games, but there's a lot of games I'm just like looking at, and like everyone gets super excited over. Or Five Nights at Freddy's, I hated that game.
I was so behind Five Nights at Freddy's. Let's just really quick talk about how much time and effort I wasted in that fandom. Starting with Markiplier, I was already a part of that fandom, and then I piggybacked onto the Five Nights
I hate
fandom
to admit,
from that
I
fandom.
piggybacked on the Markiplier from the 5 Nights.
Oh, I piggybacked on the
was-
Five Nights at fandom from Markiplier.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
my
like-
friends, my friends in high school, we were obsessed with like the first game and like trying to figure out.
Someone handed me a
No,
tablet.
I followed
They're like,
those
okay, you
stories
played Five
so
Nights at Freddy's.
hard.
I literally looked at the tablet for like 3 seconds, put the screen down. I'm like, I'm gonna die here.
No,
This is how
my
it's
friend
going
was
down.
like,
I'm like, I'm doing this
like,
shit.
me and my one friend would like at lunch would like go over the like logistics of Five Nights at
Yeah.
Freddy's, and our other friend would be like, "You guys are such fucking losers. What are you doing?" And I'm like, I ask myself the same thing every day.
Yeah, like after like the
Like-
third game or whatever, like it was kind of like I just paid attention to like watch the stuff, but I only we bought the first one and played it like on Halloween. It was a big thing. That was
Yeah.
fun. That was fun. But yeah, like I've only played like the first one, and then I will just watch stuff from the other ones.
Have you guys seen Sister Locations yet? Or no.
I think Sister Location's the best one.
Yeah,
like
I really
it's just the
enjoy
most
it.
well put together.
Like me and my
Yeah.
friends wrote like a 3-page paper on like how the story all connects with like the bite and then like the incident, like the other locations that are going on. Oh my god.
I think you did a pretty good job with that one. I really do.
That and like back to the Minecraft thing, like I'm gonna get to the gates of hell and I'm just gonna pull this big ass long log and be like, so one of the deadly sins is sloth, which is laziness. Here's all the hours that you could have been being productive, but instead you were playing Minecraft. And I was like, we like reading this so long most of all this
See,
time
like,
I wasted on Minecraft.
I enjoyed like the fact that like you can create a world.
Yeah.
Kind of like I liked doing that, but I just like it took me so long just to get hyped behind it because like I never actually played with like a group of people.
Oh, I always play on
yeah.
servers.
Yeah.
I mean, I have my like free worlds where like I have like a whole town built. Like I have Hogwarts world, where like it's literally like you run around and like it's like Harry Potter, like Minecraft, you know. And then like there's like creative modes. Like I usually play just like regular, like classic survival. But if I just want to like fuck around and like build cool stuff, I'll go to creative and then like. I play a lot of server stuff just because like I don't know, they have some pretty interesting games. Like I'll back Minecraft up until the day I die.
Like it's not a bad game. Like once I got back, like once I tried it, I enjoyed it, but it's just like I wasn't there for the initial hype.
Neither was I. I was so late on that game.
I wasn't either. I was part of the. I played on Xbox 360 first crowd. So yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So it was our Xbox friends, and we created like a couple worlds. Coined Jake's World 1, Jake's World 2, and Jake's World 3.
Oh, nice. Artist in the making.
I remember when like the Xbox one came out, me and my friends were like super into like Grand Theft Auto 5 at that time. We literally rebuilt. We spent. I don't even want to know how many hours we spent building this fucking city. We had a Minecraft one called The Hood, and we rebuilt all of the fucking GTA 5 in Minecraft.
Holy shit.
It took forever. And then what we did was we took where like Franklin, Michael, and Trevor, where they lived in the game, and we took their houses down and built like actual like real life spaces of our own houses. And like sometimes it would be really trippy because like you'd be in Minecraft, but because we laid it out so strategically, you'd sometimes like trick yourself into thinking you were actually in the real house, and I'm like it wasn't, but we were just so good at building. And I'm like, what are we doing with our lives?
Do you still have this?
Oh yeah, I still have it.
I
like,
want to see this.
it's like lit as fuck, but
Okay.
like it's on my Xbox, so I have to see.
Yeah.
If I
When
can
did you make
access it.
this?
This was like all throughout high school. We started it like
Okay.
first day freshman year. We didn't finish till like junior
Yeah, so
year.
like with my high school friends, basically our equivalent of endeavor was that because I was obsessed with Bioshock Infinite at the time.
Bioshock's such a good game.
Yeah, so I'm like, we're making a server and the spawn's going to look like Columbia from Bioshock Infinite. So we built like these floating structures in the sky that were themed exactly like.
Did you get the Bioshock pack? Because you can like download texture packs. Like.
Oh, well, we did that on PC.
Oh, okay.
So like that was my PC experience when I moved over there and we built that whole thing, and then Sam lost a fucking map. But you know, not salty about that at all. But like there is a YouTube video of it existing, so that's at least we have that. But like. Yeah, we had this whole thing planned because we were all like moderators, and we like built up like Adam was building like this whole mini game thing with the command blocks. You could like code in them, like do the pseudocode and stuff, and he was creating mini games. And then obviously no one ever played it, but we created it, and it could have been used for anybody to like play on there and build whatever they wanted. But yeah, that was my like pinnacle of the experience.
Pinnacle
probably.
Minecraft.
Yeah.
Usually when I was playing with
Your
someone,
peak.
we were never on the same like mindset or same page. We were just off in like two different parts of the world building whatever the fuck we wanted. We're just like, I'm building a house here. And, like, it's up, and we're
That
just
was me though.
That
was me.
like,
We built a house.
house.
We built a house and be like, we have to do it this way. And I'm like, no, we gotta do it this way. And they're like, we're not doing it that way, Warren. And I'm like, fuck you guys. And I'd run away and I'd just like live in the forest, build my own house. And I'm like, don't you fuckers dare come in, I'll kill you.
Some people, that's how it, yeah.
But that was like basically like I never like had someone with like big enough where no one play with little sister Minecraft. You're never gonna get her on the same mindset or the same interest. You're like, oh, let's build this, And she'd be like, "What the fuck? No, I'm just gonna build a house and like
I
have
remember my
fucking
little
sheep.
sister. We built some
We're
pretty
just-
sick
yeah.
shit.
I'm just gonna like farm some fucking sheep." And I'm like, "Oh, but we could build this." And she's like, "Nope, I'm building a house and fucking farming sheep." I'm like, "Okay, like."
Like my sister's so good at using like redstone and like coding.
yeah.
Like I don't even understand like how the fuck she like codes all the command blocks and just like recodes the game to like do things that we want it to
Yeah,
do that it
yeah.
doesn't. I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, oh, hang on, just give me 5
Don't worry
minutes.
about
and enter.
Don't worry about it.
I have this struggle because it's like me and my older sister fighting over my little sister, and like actually because like we try to pull her in with
Like
our
you're trying to be your favorite sibling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because like
I'm the
we're
one
trying to
who
pull her
gets
yeah
fought over.
yeah because we're trying to we're trying to be like the bigger influence, and so my older sister, she doesn't play video games. She loves shopping, loves drama, that type of TV, Hallmark fucking movies, chick flicks, all that fun stuff. And there's me who I like video games, I like animations, I like like certain types of movies, I like fucking anime.
And you're a great influence.
Oh, wonderful influence.
Yeah, don't you just hate when you're like little and you just wanted your sister to play James Bond, but she wouldn't for some
Exactly. You're like, "Hey, let's play this game where like I'm gonna have to kill you," and you're like, and she's like, "What?"
Yeah.
Yeah, like it took me so long to get my little sister to play Call of Duty.
I keep
It took me
playing with
No,
that.
you're
so
fine. I
same.
play with them all the
Yeah.
time.
It took me so long, but I actually got her behind it, like playing. But like it would take the only time she'd play it is if we were on the same team and like bots, and then like I kind of got her because I remember this guy, like it was just a bot, but his name's something Potato, like fucking
Me and my sister
Percy
like
Potato or something like that, and she was so pissed, and like that's the only time I was gonna like get angry.
sometimes me and sister will only play for on opposite teams just so we can like beat the shit out of each other like via video game.
See, like it's this dude, like whenever we play like Halo Forge. We would like be building we'd be building our shit and doing our thing like almost like fucking Minecraft.
Here's the problem with that.
Forge. But then we would pick our favorite colors as like the colors for our player because we're dumb and stupid.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
so,
No, I know
like,
what you're talking about.
Then you'd realize that if something goes wrong and someone dies, the other person gets a point. And like you weren't playing to get points. Like we were not doing that. We were just building a map on Halo Forge, and all of a sudden someone would accidentally kill someone.
Be like, well, I have to kill you.
Accidentally.
Well, the thing, like, my thing would be like, hey, I'm gonna try this energy sword. I heard this, like just stand there and, like, watch. Or our thing also was, like, we would set up, like, we'd try to run up these elaborate, like, elevators and some shit like that. And then this thing is, like, you commit suicide, like, if you launch, because it launches at such a high speed and there's someone at the top, but it was so low down, you hit it and die. And so, like, people would die and get points. But then, so we'd accidentally kill each other in the beginning, and then
Just jump
after
that.
Yeah, I was about to say,
sorry
yeah.
about that.
It's like normal, like you're shooting at each other, killing each other, and then it's like, oh, okay, bitch, and then a giant grid that covers the whole map just like phase through the bottom of the map, and,
And
just fall
then
down.
I was like, alright, you know what? Fuck you guys. And then I go into my own game and they're like, no, Jake, come back. And it's like, you're like, it's just funny.
No.
It's funny because it's just
It's
like,
funny.
it doesn't work with multiple people. And they were just like, Jake, we should build a Forge map together. I was just like, no, we shouldn't.
No, but like
This is
after
a
like
bad
one person
idea.
died, like we're both super competitive in that sense where it's like if you're 1 point ahead,
Yeah.
like we were just having fun
I get
before.
so
But
competitive.
yeah,
with it.
it's like we were having,
Scares
but like
me how
it's just so
competitive I
weird seeing
get.
that 1-0 on the scoreboard that we couldn't deal with that, and so we'd play and like kill each other until we pissed one of our. It was mostly me pissing my little sister off, and I got to the point to where I would just fucking camp in front of her spawn point because we only have one spawn
Oh
point.
my God.
I'm just like, you little bitch, shut the fuck up. Sniper, and you just snipe the spawn point.
Oh my god, I was not even kidding.
And I just watch the bodies stack.
The last time I got mad at my siblings in a game, he was like, Jake, I got the new Lego Star Wars game, like, because for the for the 7th movie.
Yeah.
And so, like, we were playing it, it's like, oh man, nostalgia, like Lego Star Wars. And then he starts killing me. And I'm like, okay, and like I start killing him back, and then I'm just not as good at the game as I used to be anymore, and he's like fucking like keeps killing me, and I'm like, I'm done. Like, I stopped playing. It's like, wait, Jake, come back. And I'm like, no, I'm fucking not doing this. I'm not having fun right now.
My parents, their favorite thing to do was say, if I was winning at anything, they wouldn't give me the win. They're like, no, it's because you cheated somehow. They're like, oh, you didn't tell her all the, if it was like a family thing playing each other, or just like me versus my dad. And he's like, well, you didn't say this certain thing. I'm like, no, I remember doing so.
Trying to fix
And,
my
like,
sleeve.
you have access to this game too. Like, you could play it the same amount of time I'm playing
I
it.
think the game was really fun. Lego Indiana Jones.
I never
Yeah.
played the Lego games.
I
remember that.
loved
Yeah.
the Lego games.
What's the second one?
I never played the second one.
Which
I don't
one?
fucking-
Like
It
the
just
second
has
Indiana
Crystal
Jones.
Yeah.
Skull in
I don't
it.
think I
There's-
did either. I
there's,
think I
like,
have
It's
it.
just like a remaster plus
Raiders
new
Ark,
stuff.
Temple of Doom, and then
Did you ever watch the movies?
West.
yeah,
Okay.
I watched the movie.
Yeah,
What's
it was
Indiana
weird
Jones
because
movie?
the first Indiana Jones game had the first three, and then the new one had the first three plus Crystal
And the
Skull.
beginning.
I only watched
So,
the
like-
And like new stuff, I think.
Probably, yeah. Yeah.
I'd be down to watch Indiana Jones again because I haven't seen it in so long.
Yeah,
Like,
I
it-
don't
know.
like honestly, I'd rather
That's
do
what
that.
she asked Scott. Let's watch that.
I'd rather do that
GCC.
than a Star Wars marathon.
You'd watch
Just
that.
like with the new Star Wars movies coming out recently, I've seen the Star Wars movies like so many times.
I've
like, past couple
never
years.
seen
That's
Star
fine.
Wars.
Because I've had like friends that hadn't seen them, so I like, okay, I'll watch them with you, and that's
I
happened
mean,
like 3 times.
That's how I am. I have never seen
You guys
Star
are the
Wars.
first
I've
people
seen
like that have had
episodes
as a
4 and
group.
5. I think 4 or 5, and then we're gonna do 6,
Okay.
1, 2, 3. But like I never got around to.
Yeah, but you guys are the first like.
I
group
know!
I've had
You need to
that
watch
have,
Mulan
show
with
up
me.
into Star Wars.
I like
Yeah,
so this
yeah,
is
so
last year was the
if we do
first year
it,
where
yeah,
we watched it multiple
we should
times.
do it, yeah.
Wait, have you not seen Mulan, Jake?
We were talking about
Yeah,
this.
I
What?
haven't
This
really
is a
seen
heated
Mulan.
discussion.
Oh, okay.
You were there. You
Yeah, I know. And
You were
I
there, and
forget,
then I
I'm still
roped him
pissed about it.
into
Yeah, I haven't
watching
really
Mulan with
watched
me. We shook on
Mulan.
it.
I feel like everyone should
He's not
change
allowed to watch
over to
Mulan
Disney.
without me though. We
Yeah.
shook on it. It's
Yeah.
a deal.
I think
Also-
you can watch Disney up to 2000, and like after that you're like okay,
I've
if you
seen,
missed this,
like,
fine.
I'd like to go back and watch that. Maybe I feel like I saw Pocahontas. I mean, I've seen it.
I don't remember.
Let's watch
Apparently,
Pocahontas
okay,
too. 'cause,
apparently
you know,
I have
10 out of
seen
10.
Pocahontas, but I don't remember seeing Pocahontas. But my mom said I
Yeah,
have.
Pocahontas.
I remember I don't even remember watching Bambi, but I know I went and saw it because I went to see it with our cousin. Like my I don't know, my family is kind of weird.
You went to
they're
see it? What?
or like they went to go see the Bambi, and then I went over to their house to see it. I don't think I was born when Bambi came out. But like they did like a
Bambi?
remastered thing
Oh.
a while ago in like one of their theaters, and like they're like, oh, they're new remastered edition.
The Disney Vault.
Yeah.
It's hidden in the Disney
Yeah.
Vault collection DVD
Yeah.
release.
Yeah, so like when they had like the whole remastering thing, we went to the thing to go see it. But I was really little at the time, and like that side of like my family, they were
Yeah.
like really big at hunting. And I remember we went to go see it, and we just got back from a hunting trip. And I remember the whole theater was like sad in the shop, Bambi's mom, and like our whole family was like, yeah, 3 points, get that doll or something. And like this one kid just looked at us like, what the fuck? I don't know. They were like so
Funny
static
story
about
with
it.
Bambi and other. So I was in my sister's car and I hit a deer.
Aw.
And I
I've hit
Funny.
a deer. I've hit an owl.
But this is the funny part. So I call like my mom to tell her, I hit a deer. I need help getting back.
I'm in need of
Because like
assistance.
my car's still moving, but like I don't know, like most of the deer.
My
is
car's
still
still
in my-
moving, but it keeps veering off to the right for
Well,
some
it
reason.
was like the grill was pretty much taken off. The mirrors broke
God.
because I hit him in the chest.
Oh, I'm
So
sorry.
because he didn't move, I hit the brakes. And I
Your
slid
car
into
is
him.
fucked.
But it was-
You
yeah,
got
no.
fucked probably.
It was. I forgot how much worth of damage, but it was fucked up.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I need to get back, and like while I hear in the background, they're watching Bambi as I come in,
You hear it? Oh, that's amazing.
and then my mom tells my sister, and she's like, and the deer just died right when this happens, and I'm like, I'm
That's
so
amazing.
sorry. Like right as the deer died in there, I called to say I hit a deer.
That's like terribly brilliant timing.
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, and so like we kind of laughed at it. My dad, so I get back, and like we're talking because we didn't know if we had like to write a report on it or whatever for like the cops, like hey, I hit a deer, get the deer, type thing.
Yeah, one time I was in a bus, like coming back from a sports game, and the bus driver hit a
Told
deer.
you that.
Yeah, I think I told you guys, and like he didn't stop or anything. Like he's like, no,
What?
I'm not. Yeah, like Like you heard like 2 thumps, like one for the front wheel and then the back wheel,
Oh, no.
and like he still didn't stop. Everyone's just like,
Damn.
oh, okay. I mean,
Fuck.
I assume he must have called someone, or someone did. But yeah, I thought you were supposed to like stop and
Pray.
yeah, or like put on your flashers to like so other cars don't run into the carcass or whatever.
Trying
No,
to get it out of
just
the
kept
way.
Harvest
Yeah.
its organs.
Yeah.
My dad came up to me afterwards. He's just like, if you wanted to go hunting that badly, just let me know. It's easier to kill a deer, or like it's more fun to kill a deer with like a bow and arrow or a gun, not your car.
An
Like,
owl
oh.
flew into my car. I was parked, and like this owl just took off from the tree and like ran right into my fucking windshield.
Wait, an owl?
An owl, like
Oh.
a big ass
Nice.
owl. I wasn't even driving at this point. I parked like on the side of the road, and then like I could see it sitting in the tree.
It just
And
flew
like,
into
it just
your
like
window.
it puffed itself up and like shook out its little wings, and it just like took off, dove right into the fucking windshield, bounced out to the side, and I'm like, oh, this fucker's dead. Like he hit that pretty hard. I'm surprised like he's
Damn.
pretty dead. He just gets up, like hoots a little bit, and then flew away. And I'm like, alright.
My mom hit a bat
Bye.
one time, and like we knew we hit the bat because you hear that squeak and like the blood, like you hear
Poor
that spurt,
guy.
and I'm like, the fuck, when I like sitting in the back because it was like it was day, it was so
Oh,
weird. It was
weird.
like, but it was like it was almost like near sunset time or whatever. All of a sudden you just see this bat and we're like, oh shit.
There's one time when my family was on vacation. We were somewhere like up in the northwest, I think, and it was like raining super heavy, like you could barely see. So my dad had the windshield wipers going like full speed, and then I just hear this thud on the windshield, and there's a bird that hit our windshield and got stuck in the windshield wiper, so it's just like flapping back and forth and dragging the bird across our windshield.
Damn.
You're just like watching as a kid like dad.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was dead on
Yeah.
impact.
No, my dad, he has an FJ Cruiser, which it has like a vertical like windshield. It has no angle to it at all. So every bug that hits it or every bug we run into stays on this window. Because usually like a bug would fly over it, like the wind kind of carries it. No, it's fucking dead on that every time. And so we'll be driving through like the country or whatever, and we can't see out this window because we've hit so many bugs, and we get scared as shit because we hit like a moth or butterfly or a giant ass beetle. You hear it, you see it, the guts like fly up in the window because we're just driving along like, okay, mosquitoes on the window, all of a sudden, smack, and you just see the guts, and we're like, oh shit, what is this? What did we just hit?
Yeah. But I remember the only time I got close to hitting a deer was, I remember it was basically, I was driving home from getting my driver's license.
That's good.
Or the permit. It was either no, it was the license.
Yeah.
You can't
'Cause
drive alone with a permit.
Because I was driving myself, and my dad was driving behind me. So, like, we're driving, there's this one road where the deer usually cross, and it's daytime, and I'm, like, driving, and this guy comes, like, I see it out of the corner of my eye, I'm like, fuck, and I, like, push on the brakes, and the other car on the other side stops, and it runs by, and then the baby comes by, too. But it was just funny, because, like, it was like I had just got my license, and my dad was behind me, too, so it was...
Deer are crazy in Ohio. Like, in Ohio, there's deer everywhere. And I was so I worked there for a while, and so I like made a bunch of friends that lived in Ohio. So I'd go over to their houses and everything. So it's like 1, 2 in the morning. I'm leaving a friend's house.
Yeah.
So number one, you have to drive through like a road closed area to leave. So that's already sketch as fuck.
Yeah.
But then there's deer everywhere, and it's a hill with a winding road. And there's
Yep.
deer everywhere. And
Yeah.
I'm sitting there with my middle finger up to like everything. I'm driving at like 20 miles an hour down these hills. I'm like, where the fuck, come on out, fucking deer, get the fuck away from my like, where you at? Where you at, motherfuckers? And like, so I'm driving down this hill, and then I like, as soon as I get to like a normal road, I gun it. Like, I ain't dealing with this shit anymore. And then we get on the interstate, and I see another deer on the side of the road. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking. I was so fucking pissed, and like I told the person, because I had another person in the car with me, and I told them the story. So they're flipping off deer and everything, and we're all just like paranoid as I'm driving. I'm just like sitting there on the steering wheel, in so much rage. Just like, go away, deer, leave me alone. I probably killed one of your relatives. Just leave me alone.
They're coming for you.
This is the time of year, I think, when you're really supposed to look out for them. Like, kind of October, November.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, when I was on
Because
that camping
it's
trip,
their
like, a
mating
bunch
season.
of them, like, ran out in front of my car, and, like, mind you, I'm driving in, like, pitch black fucking night, and I, like, have my brakes on down this road, because I can't see shit, and it's dusty, because it's, like, a rock gravel road, like, there's not paved.
And then disguise
And, like, this deer just, like, kind of, like, wanders out, so I slow down for him. I'm like, okay, you gonna cross or not? And he's like, nah, I'm just gonna sit in the bushes. So I start taking off again, and that's when he decides to jump in front of my car. I'm like, I gave you at least 30 seconds to cross the road. I hate you. Like, I almost hit him, but I didn't, because I, like, hit the brakes really fast, but, like... Also, we were out in the middle of fucking nowhere with no cell service, so if he did hit me, like, we'd be stuck out there until someone figured out we were missing.
I hate deer with a passion. I remember me and my dad.
Deer.
I hate deer. I hate them.
I hate deer.
They're coarse.
Rough and they get everywhere.
What about the movie Open Season?
Classic.
He's a duck.
What
He's not a
it's a
deer.
classic.
He's a duck.
Ashton Kutcher, right?
Did-
Isn't that
is-
voices? Yeah.
Was it a DreamWorks movie? Or is it?
Fuck.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
Okay.
probably was.
So it's some random, like,
I'm gonna look it up.
studio.
I'm curious.
I bet it's the studio that did the nut job.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
nut job, otherwise known as Over the Hedge.
Me and my dad were at a gun range. It was the most recent break we had.
Mm-hmm.
Or it was sometime.
Summer?
But no, I don't know if it was during summer break or it was sometime between. Or it might have been during summer break. But, like, we were shooting this, like, loud-ass fucking gun. And a deer comes behind us and just walks casually behind the range. And I'm like, if this was deer hunting season, I would have lit your ass up. Because it wasn't scared of the gun, which annoyed me so much.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like in some places,
They
like,
know.
hunting's just so normalized, like, the animals stop giving a fuck.
Well, the thing is
Like,
that
they
the
could get
the
shot at.
coyotes in my fucking town, they went from being scrawny ass, deathly scared of people, to, like, they will just blatantly in the middle of the day run up to you, and, like, before we had, like, a dog problem, like, people would leave their dogs outside at night, and, like, they get
Oh,
picked
weird.
off by coyotes. Like,
Oh, yeah.
what do you expect?
Yeah.
But, like, you know, and then it's like, oh, now, like, oh, I'll leave my dog out and I'll be with them. Like, I'll walk them in the daytime a lot, you know, like, blah, blah, blah. Like, they'll just come up in the day while you're walking your dog, collar and leash, and just grab it by its collar and just take the whole collar and leash with it. Like, they don't give a fuck anymore.
Oh my god.
And, like, one time I was like, I don't know, I was having, like, a really off night, and I was like, maybe I'll just go, like, sit and look at the stars. So I was, like, outside, like, thinking about life and, like, you know, being, like, classic emo kid, you know, whatever, like, 7th, 8th grade or whatever, and just, like, looking at the stars, because, like, I don't know, I'm really, like, fascinated by, like, astronomy, and, like, I was taking, like, 3 astronomy classes at the time, and I was just like, maybe the stars, and I look up, and there's 4 coyotes, one's behind my car, one's at the end of the driveway, and there's 2 of them, like, in this, like, garden area by my house, just, like, surrounding me.
They, like, planned it out.
Yeah, they, like, planned it out.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
this is literally, like,
This is where I die.
they are in a V formation to, like, cut me off from not only the bottom, but both sides. I'm like, they're hunting me right now. And, like, I stood up, and they, like, usually when you stand up, like, they, like, kind of scatter. They didn't. They, like, got closer, and I'm like, please don't be close. So I just started, like, running and screaming towards the front door in hopes that they would leave me alone.
Yeah.
At the same time, like, for coyotes, you're supposed to be, like, as loud as you can to, like, scare them off and intimidate them. And, like, charge at them, but, like, our coyotes are so ballsy. I feel like instead of being scared, they take it as, like, a challenge and just want to fight me. So I just, like, carefully went inside after
Anamorphers.
they scream at each other.
Robots and animals.
We lost audio. We're talking about Anamorphers.
Oh man, it was so good. dude.
Transformers.
What do we talk
robots in
about?
disguise.
Open season.
Open season. Yeah.
Open
did we miss
season
that?
and
Goosebumps.
and the studio. How Sony Animation Pictures is actually a company that exists that I didn't know about.
And then
Did
Goosebumps.
they make Angry Birds?
Stuff.
Please.
Animorphs.
That
What?
was so
Did
gross.
they? No, that was someone else.
No.
Oh,
I
that
didn't see
creeps
that
me
one.
out. Oh, I hate that. There's an animorph of this person
So,
turning from a
if
person
you were
to
to
a crocodile,
anamorph
and
into
I
any
hate it.
animal, who would you touch?
Who would
Who would you
Who
touch?
would you touch?
Actually,
That's not what I was.
Two different questions.
Yeah.
Um,
Any animal.
Egg.
Why?
Dude, You're gonna die if you turn into an egg. You'll
You,
lose
like-
cognitive ability.
No, you just
You
like sit
kill
at the
the
table and then you're
child.
like, oh, we left this
You
egg
kill
out. All right, time for breakfast.
They just
Like,
eat me.
Yeah. Well,
if I
then,
don't
like,
know you're an
No, one they put
egg,
me on the scale, I turn back into a person. It's like, on the scale.
See, where if you turn into an egg, where is your like information being stored?
the embryo,
The cloud.
the cloud,
You have
backup
if-
data.
Yeah, welcome to the like. That's if it was a live action movie. They'd be
Yeah.
like, "Welcome to the Animorphos program." When you turn into an animal, all your information is stored in the cloud system. That like their way to justify it,
Yeah.
like for like
Yeah.
audiences, like so they could understand. But
I would turn into a bald eagle
ooh,
because it'd be cool to be able to
Okay.
fly,
yeah.
and they have like super good vision, right? So that'd be cool. And also, it's illegal to hunt, so I wouldn't get
Yeah.
shot.
I would be
Smart.
I'd probably be a wolf because other people would give me like a rough time. I'd just like take you out and be like,
Kill
oops,
them.
it was my primal instincts.
Yeah.
Then it'd be like
Uh-oh.
a other pack of wolves giving you a hard time. And you're like, oh yeah.
That's true.
And then,
But
like,
see,
I'll
then I'd
kill
be
you.
like alpha female of all of them. We already went over this whole like alpha talk,
Yeah, the alpha talk.
but like
Like-
I would dominate everything. But like I'd be like, you know, like male dogs like piss on everything.
You should
that
be
would
like,
be my
uh,
job. Like
There's
claim all
at Yellowstone.
territory.
There's a wolf called Black Wolf. That was his name, and what it would do, it was really rare. It would only work alone. It was one of those lone wolf type wolves. I guess it would take out the pack.
They never do that. It's really weird. It's,
But usually it's like a pack,
right.
and this one didn't want to join a pack, and he knew to walk next to the road because he was safer around cars or a car passing him than he was around other wolves coming
Well,
to
yeah,
him.
because like wolves,
Yeah.
if you
At Yellowstone,
cross,
they're scared of
if you
roads.
cross a territory line as like a wolf or even like as a lion, you step a toe over the wrong territory line, they will kill you. They don't care how old you are or what rank you are in the other pack. Like even if like if this is a line and like a wolf pup from like your side would come over here, I don't give a shit if that fucker's still learning what the boundaries are. I'm gonna rip its head off. Like, and
But
I'm like,
yeah, that's how they work.
they have no
So,
chill.
He knew the border for like all territories was the roads, so he just walked the roads, and then he found this like one pack, and he would sneak in at night and go to because this pack only had like the father, the alpha male was like the only male, I think, and so the father was the one trying to have kids with all of his daughters, and it was like the alpha female and everything like that. So this wolf like kind of snuck in at night and would mate with the females,
That boy.
and so he had the kids, but he like kind of like abandoned the kids.
Like in the
Well,
grand
he-
scheme of
he-
things, that's
yeah.
better to like genetically to have
Yeah.
a mix, but at the same time, like the other male like can smell that it's genetically not his, because like dogs do
But the
that,
thing-
and like
but,
will
yeah.
kill them when they're born. Like lions do it all the
Yeah.
time. They're like, oh, yep, you're not my DNA.
But, like-
Whack them
but
off,
the
just
di- the-
kill them.
The girl
Like,
he
to get
got,
axe
yeah,
to their
the
head.
female wolf he got pregnant kind of like distanced herself from the pack, and like he would kind of sneak in and come and see his kids.
That's actually really cute. What a
And then,
supportive dad.
Yeah, and then eventually he was there enough that like the pack kind of accepted him, but he wasn't like a really like official part of their pack or anything. He's just like
What is
showed up
this
sometimes.
from?
Alpha and Omega.
Oh, okay.
No, it,
Alpha and Omega.
I don't even know what that is.
Look up
It's a
Yellowstone
movie.
Black.
Yeah.
Look up Black Wolf on Yellowstone. It's like a whole documentary.
Okay.
Speaking of wolves, I saw this thing the other day that like alpha males aren't actually a thing. Like it was a false. Like
Oh.
the same guy that like did the original study, he like saw like this male wolf and the female wolf like going into a cave all the
Yeah.
time or something, and he thought this wolf was just like a stud, you know, like the alpha male and whatever. He's like getting laid with all the wolf
Getting
ladies.
The
Um,
wolf.
Usually
But
they
then,
respect
like-
their elders. That's
Yeah, but then they like
more-
researched it more, and it's actually just like the pups were in the cave, and they were just like taking care of the kids, and so like, but by then like the concept of alpha male had caught on, to like where it is today, where we still kind of believe it, but it's like the whole thing is based on a study that was
Well,
disproven.
the thing is,
basically.
it's often how packs their system work is really based on like their elders. They're gonna if someone had children with multiple females in the pack, that's the father. He's the oldest of them, so the kids are gonna learn to respect their father, and so when they're becoming a pack, they're gonna respect their parent. And but one thing that was really funny in this no, it's actually not really funny. It's kind of sad, but the elders, so like the what would be the alpha wolf and the alpha male, alpha female, they all left the pack and died because that's what the wolves often do before if they know they're gonna die.
Well, yeah, like dogs do that, but if they know they're gonna
Yeah.
die, like you're not supposed to be seen weaker than what you're like trying to portray yourself as. So like they'll go off and die by themselves.
Yeah, so
like,
that's
rather
what
than-
they both did. And this pack was like, well, we have no leader now. Like, there's the dad gone. And they're all, like, looking for Black Wolf. Like, yo, man, you want to be, like, the leader? And Black Wolf's like, hell no. He's like, yeah, he do it. And he's like, I just came to fuck bitches. Like, that's all he was there for. And his brother, so they, like, did it, his Black Wolf's brother came and showed up and just became the alpha of that pack. And, like, he got all the stuff from, like, the pack and everything. He just, like, mooched off of him. But he didn't have to be the leader. It was his brother.
Well, like, they're really savage with hierarchy. Like, they usually, like, with
Yeah.
wolves, it is a respect your elders thing, but, like, sometimes they just beat the shit out of the elders. Like, occasionally, they'll just leave you for dead.
It's
like,
usually the strongest person.
If
yeah.
you are causing any sort of, like, issue for the pack, they'll just get rid of you. Pups are not learning fast enough, they're gonna die. Any, like, normal functioning member that's been there, not functioning enough, they either leave you or they kill you. Elders that are just, like, dying and slowing them down, yeah, bye. Like, we have things to do, and it's like,
Yeah.
it's kind of sad, but, like, it is for the better of the pack. Like, if it's slowing you down, but, like, you know you have to hunt and, like, survive all the time, like, you don't really have time to, like, nurture something that's, like, holding you back. That's really fucked up, but, like, you know, that's nature.
Just, yeah, that's, again, like, how nature
But then again,
works.
like,
It's
sometimes
like,
they
you
eat
gotta
their own
think of,
young. So.
you gotta think of, like, what they don't have. Like, you know, like
I'd
they're
be
not
a
big
fox.
foxes or anything
What?
like that.
You'd be a
They
fox.
got it.
Yeah, I'd be a fox if I chose which animal I'd be.
The fox?
Yes.
Why?
I don't
Why's that?
know. I want to
Okay.
be fox.
I would be sloth.
I thought of that.
Like I've seen the videos of like foxes that just like jumping on shit and like doing all this not parkour stuff, but like
Parkour
like
fox.
flying around. And it's like they're really fast and like agile at like running on branches and stuff. I don't
Man,
know.
they're very
It sounds
sly
fun.
animals
Cool,
too. They have to
yeah.
be quick on their toes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You'd be a sloth. That means you have to take like
See,
a
I would have,
trek
like,
to
not
take a shit.
sloth.
What?
Yeah.
If you're a sloth and just hang out in the trees, you'd have to take a weekly trek down the tree, shit, and then go back up the tree.
That's like what I do now.
You have to dedicate like a whole 2 days to climb up and down a tree every week.
I think being an orangutan would be really cool.
Oh yeah.
They like never touch the ground. They just like live their whole life in the
Oh,
trees.
really?
Pretty
The thing
much.
is, with, like
Yeah.
a sloth, like that sounds like
Those
a
are
great
good
idea, like to be
movies.
lazy and then like just move around slowly all your life. But then again, you move around slowly, and they're the biggest prey of like. I forgot it's like they call it like the king hawk or king eagle. That was another name too. But it just like preys on monkeys and sloths.
Really?
Yeah, because it's the largest and it's like a rainforest type eagle, but it's like the largest eagle, so it can carry like a lot of fucking weight. And it just sees a sloth and it'll be like, fuck you, take it and go.
Well, a lot of animals play with sloths because they really don't have like.
Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah.
weird that they haven't evolved like a defense.
Well, the defense is like the
think-
moss and everything going.
The defense is just don't touch the
Yeah.
ground. Like
At a
literally
certain
every time they
level,
go to the
yeah.
ground to shit, like
And
they
they
take
can
a
swim,
big
too.
risk.
Yeah, they can swim and all that too.
Yeah.
So it's just like they have the camouflage and they can like swim. So like, they're made to just like
Exist.
But it's when you have an eagle that can see every little detail, you're kind of gonna get snatched. Like,
Oh, you know, if
That's
I
a
wasn't a
problem.
wolf, like if that was like an animal, I would be like a leopard. Because like leopards are so beautiful. Like I don't know, I just am fascinated by like big cats. Like
I-
they're so like raw power behind animals.
I'd
Like
be
same
some
with
sort
like
of eagle.
sharks. I'm fascinated with like sharks, like leopards, lions, wolves,
Shark
tigers,
would be
like
cool.
big wild animals. Just have so
I
much
like that you said
raw, natural power and talent to them. It just amazes me.
Yeah.
You know,
I like that you said orangutan though, because I think those are that when it comes to like apes and stuff, those are I think those are the coolest ones.
Right?
Like
Yeah.
they're really like wise looking. Like specifically because of
I wanna be
fucking
like you.
Planet of the Apes. Like I don't know why, but
They're the
like,
court system.
Yeah, I like it.
Anyway.
I'd probably be some sort
Animorphers.
Animorphers.
Oh shit! I just closed that tab. Damn it.
Wow. You're the worst.
Ben, do you have a topic?
I'm not going to. this
Yeah, I did.
I did.
I did.
forgot
I did,
it,
but
though.
it's
No.
gone.
Actually, I had two. I'm deciding which one I want to talk about. Okay, so
Better
has
be-
everyone at this table seen Baby Driver?
Yeah.
Yes, we all
Yeah.
are.
Have you seen it, Katie?
Catholic, did you see Baby Driver?
I don't know.
No. Well, okay, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
Like,
so
we're not gonna
haven't
talk
seen it.
spoilers
Do you
or anything.
care? Oh, you're not? Okay.
No, I was just
No,
gonna talk
I
about
don't
like the
care.
music in it. 'Cause
Yes.
I was gonna ask you guys what you prefer, like a soundtrack like Baby Driver that's like songs that have already existed taken and
I like
incorporated
this
into a
question.
movie, or like an original like underscore. What you guys prefer?
Okay.
See, for me, I'm not I'm not gonna remember a score like Jake over here does.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna have a score for my. I love how they were able to incorporate the music, like using a radio, and like they did the same thing in Pulp Fiction. Any music that was playing in Pulp Fiction was from a radio, or they're like from a diner or something like that, and it kind of gives you sure, music is made to like hype you up or set a tone
Yeah.
for that scene, but I feel like you're more set in that scene is because that music that's setting the tone was also in the scene. It's not just like placed there, like here, let's just put this music here.
The scene's built
It's my
off
baby
of that
cousin's
song.
birthday. He's 4 today.
But you think of like
Devin.
Okay. Yeah, it's okay.
Side note.
but
Nice.
if you, I was trying to remember Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
It's like my dad's favorite movie.
It's
Oh, really?
It's one of my favorite comedies.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's
I've never
pretty-
heard of
it's
that
pretty good.
before.
Me neither.
Yeah, it's pretty much like the director, he went undercover at a high school and like kind of saw what they were like,
Yeah.
and it's kind of like a little bit like emphasized of what they're like, but it's mostly about sex. It's pretty much the movie's about stoners and sex.
It gets overshadowed by The Breakfast Club, I think. It's starting that era
Okay.
of like high school
Yeah.
movies that actually like appealed to the age group
Yeah.
that they were in.
I'm trying to think, what was the band they referenced in there?
I don't
They're
know.
like-
Spinal Tap.
But it was like one of the big ones like ACDC or something like that.
Yeah.
They're like, oh yeah, play this side of the tape because that song is what will get you laid.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember they didn't get the rights to the song, so they played another song from that recording, but they played it on the radio. Like that's
Mm-hmm.
that they incorporated that music into the scene, so like you get like this ready for the scene, and like that sets the mood for the scene. But it's like they all hyped it up and they're like, okay, you gotta play this song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
So your vote is for like
I feel
existing.
like existing
Entirely.
Well, it matters how they do it because if you took an existing song and just placed it in a movie,
Like it. Yeah.
if
Yeah.
you
I
just,
see what you're
if
saying.
you
Like
just place
like
it, it's not as the
when
same
it works,
as- yeah,
you usually always like it better.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like when you put on, like even like the Avengers when Tony Stark shows up, they're playing that music when he shows
yeah.
up.
Oh,
It's like
yeah.
it's set to sound like it's outside of the scene. But
You
they
talking
play
about
it-
diegetic and non-diegetic sound?
Ooh, big words.
We're kind of learning about sound design in our class. And
So
go
it's just
on.
like I feel like if you're gonna play existing songs, have like some sort of scene or like there's a reason you're playing that existing song. It's not
Yeah,
just,
well, yeah,
placed
obviously.
on top of there,
Yeah.
and then otherwise play a score. But I can go an entire movie if they just played every song they played. I couldn't just go one song in a movie and be like, okay, that should be the last song. Like that's it. But I think if you incorporate it, you can go without a single score in a movie.
As long as the whole
as long
movie's
as
about
you-
other stuff. Yeah.
movie style, yeah. If all the music you kind of incorporate why it's playing.
Okay.
Cool.
Warren.
Oh, it's me now?
Yeah, I'm gonna go last.
Okay. I like the soundtracks better with like the licensed music
Yeah.
over the scores. I think this stems from I love trailers of movies,
Mm.
and every trailer has that like title song
Yeah.
with it. That's like really awesome. If you
And then
haven't
it's not in
seen-
the movie.
Yeah, if you haven't seen
That
Hardcore
pisses
Henry,
me off.
just
Yeah.
watch the trailer that has that Queen song, and it's like so good.
Yeah.
I've seen that trailer.
What song?
Fucking what's that song called? God damn it!
Start singing
There's
it.
a lot of famous Queens.
It's like
Yeah.
in the
That could be.
Don't
used
Stop
for-
Me Now. Is that
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
Don't
It has that
Stop
song.
Me.
Having such a good time.
Yeah, it's that. It's just a dude killing people in first person. That's the
Yeah,
trailer.
yeah.
And it's awesome. And yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. Like
Is it better than the movie? Is it better than the movie?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I've heard
I see.
people with hardcore Henry they liked it. They're like, okay, we get it up to a point. But they're like, it's too long of a movie. Like they should have like gone so far with it and like just stopped the first person because they're just like, this is some scenes would just go on forever, like chase scenes and all that. And you just got this guy with a can. And you're just like, okay, we get it. It's first person. Let's move on.
Fair enough.
That's like I've heard. I haven't watched it, so I can't have that opinion.
Yeah. Katie, do you have a preference or?
As long as like whatever, like music or like sound stylings that go with the movie, like has to fucking fit.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
it doesn't matter if it's like kind of like pre-picked music or like the score is made around the movie or the movie's made around the score. Like as long as whatever is playing at that time during the scene,
emotionally connects
you know,
with the
or
scene.
like the credits or like the intro, like it has to emotionally and like kind of just like fit into what's going on. Like the worst thing that like turns me off for movies is when they just like throw music in there just to like cover up like a weird silence or something. Oh, like maybe we'll put a song here. And, like
we'll
it doesn't fucking
right
fit.
Like,
and I'm like I hate it. And some people are like, oh no, I like it. It has a twist. I'm like, you're stupid. Don't ever say that. Like
for music though, like you said, it has to go with the tone of what's going on. I also enjoy like ironic songs that play.
Well, yeah, because it works. Yeah.
In Pulp Fiction, I forgot what the song was.
He's playing.
Yeah, but it works in an ironic way, which is what makes it work. It still works, even though you know.
It's got to bring something to the scene.
Yeah, like if it's just there to be there, and like it doesn't give you any sort of feeling or like any emotion towards what's going on, like it shouldn't probably be there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like it doesn't have to necessarily like make you cry or make you overexcited or just like get goosebumps, but like those are the best kinds that like really force you to get into like the scene through a song or through a soundtrack or just a music score, you know. Like I don't know, that's where I am on that. Like you have to be like kind of like feel it, you know, because if you're not feeling it, like
feel it
feel it in your bones.
Yeah, I don't have like much to add after that. Like I like both, so it's like obviously I wouldn't have like. I mean, I don't know if it's just because it's like I've seen Baby Driver and how the music was in that was amazing. I would never want there to be a traditional score in that movie. Like I'm pretty sure if I saw it and it was still a traditional score, I would have been also thought it was kind of weird because obviously there's scenes that are directly cut to match up with the beat of the music.
Yeah.
Like I've never seen a movie pay more attention to its tracks and matching up actions of shots in a movie than Baby Driver. So like I can't think of any, at least off the top of my head. But like for some movies it just makes way more sense to have a soundtrack like that in it. Then there's movies like Star Wars. Well, you're not gonna have fucking like
Darth Vader walk out to
like Back in Black.
Yeah, Back in Black playing. Yeah, exactly. So like, yeah, it depends on the movie because like, and for most movies, it's like, as long as it's a great score and it really drives the emotion of the movie away and really matches it, like that's what matters in the end. So like, I just I can recognize traditional scores for that and just soundtrack for the songs picked for the soundtrack for that because some movies just it makes way more sense to do that and in other movies it makes way more sense to do a scoring. I will have to point out though, there is actually most of the time when there are songs in movies like that, there still is a score.
Yeah.
You just don't notice it and because you're focused on the other music. So Guardians of the Galaxy, you're gonna think of all the all the awesome music it uses, but there's like a full-on score in that movie too. So it's interesting. A lot of movies also do both because because even though I haven't heard one where it's like, oh my god, the music selection's amazing and the score is amazing. I've yet to like find that, but it's still.
I think
so
that's
good.
On the opinion of whether to go with traditional music or the score. I think is based on also what the film is trying to, because for like Star Wars is such a detail oriented, like you have to, if you really want to enjoy it, you got to kind of know all the dialogue that's going on. You got to notice like the minor details of where they're at and what's going on in it. So you got to have this almost like silence as you're like looking at it. You're gonna get so distracted by hearing.
So you say that.
Yeah.
I've never watched a movie with more soundtrack in Star Wars.
But
especially in the
that's why,
prequels, there's music playing like every second of that movie.
Yeah,
The reason,
thing
but
is they play scores because you're not distracted by the words.
You're not
music
distracted by it.
So it kind of fills that silence. It's where you're supposed to like focus on the scene. They fill that silence with a score.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of things is like it's either dialogue heavy, and then like with transition and everything, they put in a score to fill in until dialogue starts up again. But they're not gonna play like some AC/DC or Van Halen song.
Yeah, exactly.
Between like the silence of a transition.
Mm, yeah. They did. He does for a lot of transitioning parts. There's a lot. The music does carry the scene in Star Wars movies. So
yeah, I'm glad that you brought up the prequels because I
Yeah.
think John Williams really stepped it up for the prequels.
Yeah,
and,
we
like,
had this
people kind of
conversation
ignore
before.
it because like the movie's overall quality is
Right,
lesser.
is
But
lesser,
like
but, like,
he
it's
could have been
fucking crazy.
Yeah, he could have been just like complacent. Like, okay, I did this original trilogy music and it was great.
And it's
Let's
great.
just keep
I can
it.
just rehash
But
it.
he like just took that next step, and
It's like
that's like my favorite part of
The
prequels, is
Phantom
the
Menace
music.
is fucking like crazy, and he made so much music in the Phantom Menace that he was just able to use a lot of it for the next movie, especially, and there was great tracks added in the third one, but there were still a lot of tracks used again in the third one. So it's like crazy. I think quite honestly, it's the pinnacle of John Williams. Because at the same time, he was making the Harry Potter scores. So he was doing both of those at the same time. In both of those, at least the first 3 movies, because he didn't continue doing it after that for some reason, in the Harry Potter ones, are great. Yeah, I'd like to know the story behind that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because after the third one, obviously the tone of the movies changed. So I don't know if that's why they decided to go differently, but after the third one, the composer basically changes in every other Harry Potter movie. So it's really weird. But yeah, like he made so much fucking music at that time. It's crazy, like all the music that's in those movies, and it's all the filler music. Like, and I know like I just like soundtracks, so it's like I can do it, but all the filler music is. I can like hum along to it. It's like melodic.
Oh, we've noticed.
Yeah, I know. Like it just you can't do that with every score.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, just like my 2 cents.
Yeah.
If I have to choose, like obviously each like style has their own. Like Baby Driver wouldn't have been as good if it was like original kind of typical movie score. But if I have to choose, I'd choose original score, just because. Because it's original, it just gives a movie an identity, I think, more than licensing other people's work.
But I think Guardians of the Galaxy, this is just like an argument against that. Guardians of the Galaxy, again, people don't really notice there's a score there. And people enjoy the movie because of the soundtrack, and that it plays like the old traditional licensed songs.
Right, yeah, and there's been a lot of movies like that kind
gives
of
you identity
lately.
to the movie.
Yeah.
Like Guardians of the Galaxy, Baby Driver, and then like Deadpool was kind of like that too, right?
Deadpool,
Yeah.
Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad.
They're just based more on...
I think those are good examples, especially Suicide Squad, are good examples of where it didn't really matter. Like, because those songs, it had the fake Bohemian Rhapsody in it at some point.
Fake.
Or it was,
wasn't
sorry,
really Queen.
it's not
Yeah.
fake. In the movie, it is the Queen version. If you buy the soundtrack, it's not. That's what it is, because they probably
That's
couldn't
weird.
get
I
the
haven't seen the
licensing
movie.
for it. So, that's probably the only, awesome shots from the movie I remember with that song playing, but everything else, it was forgettable in terms of the track
I think
selection.
it's also what type of movie, because like an action movie is more likely to have traditional music than a sci-fi or
or like a
Right.
Tarantino movie.
Yeah,
it's in terms of like genre, it's almost
but it's just like a movie that's slower will have more scores than a movie that is action packed and high paced, because they're just like, you don't care about the score. We don't have enough time in the transition to give you the score. Like, you're not gonna hear a score while this shit's going on. Just give me some rocket ass music and like.
It's almost
Well,
just
I
kind of
think-
like the tone of the movie and what's it about in the end. Like,
And
if it's
also
about
target
like
audience,
people
too.
and sorry, what?
And like target audiences.
Target
Yeah,
audience.
target
Budget.
audience. Oh yeah.
Do we have time to write the score and record it, or should we just buy the song that already exists and use that?
Mm-hmm.
A movie I think that handled like both really well was Kubo and the Two Strings.
Yeah.
Because they had like the original
yeah.
song, they had like original music, but then like I think it was just during the credits they had that Beatles cover of Why
Yeah.
My Guitar. I love that cover. It's so great because it like it's a good song to begin with, and then they just like made it the style to fit like the original score.
Yeah.
Kung Fu Panda 3 made a score out of.
Sorry.
Oh, yes.
Go on.
You know, the
Okay.
pinnacle of animation, Kubo, Kung Fu Panda 3.
You can't say Kung Fu Panda
You
3
can't say Kung
animation
Fu Panda 3
wasn't
was
bad
bad.
animation. You can't say that because
It's
I love
It was
all
the second best
Kung
Kung
Fu
Fu
Panda.
Panda.
I relate to
Yeah.
Paul on such a level that
I
every time I
haven't
watch
seen
Kung Fu
the
Panda,
third
I
one,
cry.
so I
I
can't
love
really...
Kung Fu Panda.
I
The
can't.
first one, the second one, I think took a step down.
Anywho.
The third one.
Okay, the second one fucked me up with that whole like adoption flashback, and I was like, I relate Poe, and like I lost my shit, and it was like, why are you crying? I'm like, cause Poe and I are the same.
Yeah, but they kind of did that like stereotypical, you know, the villain always gets their own like soundtrack kind of thing. Like every time the villain shows up, certain music plays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they did that they use the song I'm So
Darth Vader's
Sorry.
theme. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think of.
Yeah, this was
It's
a
popular
licensed song.
singer. Yeah.
Okay.
They used a licensed song, but what they did to it, they took out the words. They just used the music,
Mm.
and then they also added like Chinese instruments.
That's
To it?
cool.
So kind of like the Kubo thing.
Yeah.
So
that's
kind of like
cool.
the Kubo thing, but that's what like.
I
So
like-
the
yeah.
villain, like you think it's like, oh man, this is the original song. I didn't even know this is, or like you think of the song when it comes up, like the I'm So Sorry, whatever. Every time it shows up.
Do you know who did that score? Because I feel like it's someone big. Like I feel like
Let's see.
I was like looking at
What,
Hans
Kung Fu
Zimmer.
Panda?
Kung Fu
Yeah.
Panda 3.
I feel like I've like seen it on
I know
Spotify.
Hans Zimmer
It was
did a lot
Kai's
of-
music.
I feel like it is Hans Zimmer.
If it is. I'm
No,
gonna
I
be
literally Hans Zimmer
pretty-
did a lot of music for Kung Fu Panda.
Oh, yep.
Is it?
He
Yeah.
at least did the first one, that's for sure.
Okay.
Who did number 3? What's
Hans
number
Zimmer's
3?
been around.
Oopsies.
Can't
Like
wrong
my
with
phone,
Hans
like who
Zimmer.
knows I'm gonna cuss it out. Like it autocorrects whenever I type in F to fuck, no matter what I'm gonna say next.
We get like a score going on as we're looking.
Yeah, we're
Still
gonna score
Hans
this
Zimmer, you
podcast.
guys.
Two was
Still
John
Hans Zimmer.
Powell and Hans Zimmer, so it's both of them. And
Yeah.
You did
3 was just Hans Zimmer again,
Yeah.
so yeah. That's funny. I didn't know he did that.
3.
There's-
Pinnacle.
Guys, close.
Hans Zimmer, one of the best
The
movies
miracle.
ever. Kung Fu Panda.
It's the one. It's when every time Kai showed up, they played this movie.
Fucking solid, dude.
I think that's kind of like cool, like a twist of both.
Freaking Hans Zimmer.
Yeah, no, that's
Because, like,
I like it.
It's like
Yeah.
a score people can relate to more.
But still
Because
being
think of how many, like-
but still being in the tone of the
Think of the normal
movie.
audience.
Yeah.
Yeah. Think of the normal audience. They're not gonna. A normal audience wouldn't sit there to go to a movie to see a score. A normal audience. would.
Yeah, no.
See,
Well, they're
being
I
a
mean,
Hans
I
Zimmer,
I totally would,
I mean-
but I agree that.
But
it
that's
They're
not
there
a
to see the
normal
movie,
You're there.
like-
You're appreciating a film.
score is a
because
part of
you
it.
appreciate the
Mhm.
cinematic. We've gone through this process here. That we appreciate the cinematics. We appreciate the music. We appreciate every little detail that goes into it. But there's a lot of people that are just like, that looks like a cool movie. I'm gonna go see it.
I took
And-
like film
yeah.
appreciation
Happy
and like being in
birthday.
band and stuff. Like
Yeah.
Scored by
sometimes I
Hans
honestly
Zimmer.
go to like the movie just to analyze it and listen to the soundtrack.
Mm.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like-
Well, I just
I
noticed-
forgot that
yeah.
you like soundtracks. Or kind of you listen to soundtracks too.
Yeah,
Well,
I
I
really
noticed
enjoy
ever
that.
since like I've done film appreciation, also I've been in film club, and then like as an animator, I start to notice like this minor details, and instead of like
Yeah.
watching a movie to enjoy it, I
I
sit there and like, it's so
Analyze
cool
it.
that they did.
Learn
Like
from it.
I feel like my family's annoyed as hell because like we
Yeah,
watch a movie,
same.
and I just
Yeah.
like,
After I did
isn't it
film
cool that they did
appreciation,
this? And
Me
they're
and my
like,
friend would nitpick movies like a motherfucker, and all our other friends would be like, "Can you stop? I'm just trying to watch." I'm like,
Yeah.
and I'm trying to analyze. Listen, that was wrong. Like keyframe shot right there. Like they needed to zoom out. They were too far in. I'm like, what was that wide angle all about? And they're like,
Yeah.
stop talking.
Yeah.
Or it's like me when the shot's really good. I just have to be like,
Oh, yeah.
what
That's
is
awesome.
it? The Full Metal
Full Metal Jacket. That's a cool
the
shot.
bathroom
Yeah, that was
scene,
cool.
the lighting in there.
And then like the band kid in me comes out when I hear like a really good piece come on. I'm like, wow, damn, listen to those like strings going.
Yeah,
like,
right.
The
So
brass
you
in the
would listen to
background.
those strings, but then Jake is humming it, so that's all
And
you
ruining
hear
it.
is.
But like, see, I do the same thing too, and
Yeah.
like I'm just like, and then I'll be like, wait for it, like
Yeah.
into it, and I was like, shut the fuck up! I can't even
It's
hear the
amazing.
song. And
It's
I'm
so
like, I'm so
fun.
sorry.
It's amazing.
It is. It truly is.
All right, favorite musical score from any movie? Go.
Wolf Children.
I mean,
They have
wow,
a
okay.
beautiful.
Your name then, if you're
Fucking-
gonna go there. Your name.
Yeah, we're
had a
talking
good song.
what from like any genre of movies.
Any movie, yeah.
Your name had a good one.
I mean, I don't want to be typical, but I'm probably just going to be.
Wolf Children. That has a beautiful soundtrack to it. Like, I'll fucking play your shit right now. Like,
Star
it's
Wars
fucking
Episode
beautiful.
3.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The whole soundtrack,
Good choice.
which is
yeah.
not released, by the way. Yes.
Wait, what? Like,
Yeah.
what?
Yep. So, with the original trilogy, they did this too, where it's like, oh, we gotta dumb it down for the album. So it's like, it's like all the important tracks.
Mhm.
But then it's like, but if you're buying this, like, if you're somebody who's gonna go out and buy soundtracks, like,
Star
do you know who you're selling to at that point?
Yeah.
They want the same thing that was in the movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember I was looking for a song that was in episode 3.
Yeah.
And I couldn't find it like on Spotify,
Exactly.
even though the album's there,
Because-
and I was really confused.
So here's what they have. So with the original trilogy, they released the originals, or the dumbed down versions, and then on one of the anniversaries, they released the extended scores. So the original trilogy is covered. Then when the Phantom Menace came out, they released like the dumbed down score, and then the ultimate collector's edition of the score, which is fucking everything is in there. But for episode 2 and episode 3, they're just like, nah, we're not doing that.
Oh.
So I hope to God one day that they were. I think one of the reasons too is because there
Open
is
up that
repeated
Disney
tracks,
vault and-
Uh-huh.
but I don't care. I still
Yeah.
want it. So yeah, it's in the
The Disney
Skywalker,
vault.
the Disney vault. It's oh God.
Well, take
They took Skywalker
Yeah.
Ranch and put it
And
inside
put it in the
Disney
Disney
vault.
Jordan's like, someone help me. I'm in the Disney vault.
Disney Vault opens
Oh,
for the
no,
first
yeah.
time in 20 years. Opens, show the DVD, but George Lucas like falls out.
You know, like when they bring back, like, they remaster the classics and everything, and you get like that Disney Vault like opening graphic.
Yeah.
And everything, like
I'm
they
glad
show
that
that
you noticed
graphic,
that
and you
too,
see
when you were-
George
Yeah.
Lucas in there, and it's like they
Like,
open
tied
up the
to a
vault,
chair.
and yeah, he's like tied in the chair in that graphic.
He's like peeking out the side.
And this is like the most nitpicky thing ever, but the way I noticed it at first was, so you know that when Order 66 happens in the movie,
Is it when he's marching to the...
I think
that's the song that I
part
would-
of it. I think it's in another track in the album, but I'm not sure.
Mm.
But there's a scene. It's the scene where Yoda chops off the heads of the 2 clones that try to kill him, and then it shows the inside of the Jedi Temple, and then Skywalker about to kill the younglings, and it's like this really like sad, like angelic, like people singing like part. They cut that out of the song, and I'm just like, that part needs to be in there. Like, that's so good, and it's not. So it's like people like go in, they take the Blu-ray things and they take the back channels of the surround sound and try to cut out as much audio as they can, and they get away with it pretty well, and they're like posting it on YouTube because it's like, we need this.
Yeah. For me, it was like the moment when Anakin's walking up to the temple with like all the clones behind him, and like that song I don't think is in the score.
Yeah, it's not. It's just like, that is amazing, and that's not in there. How could you cut that out?
Yeah, that's like a moment where like music is really prominent too.
Yeah.
Like, it's like they're marching and the song sounds
It's a
like
big deal.
a march. You know,
Yeah.
like. Anyway, Warren, do you have a favorite score?
Shit, what's that? What's that movie? Is it called Fantasia?
Yeah.
Oh,
Disney
the
movie?
Disney Fantasia.
Yeah.
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 That one?
Fantasia's really
Okay,
good.
okay.
Probably.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that in a long time.
I know. Yeah, I kind of want to like.
Anastasia also has a good.
No, yeah.
Fantasia.
Anastasia.
For some reason, as soon as it said Anastasia, I was like, Anastasia.
Anastasia.
As soon as he said that, I thought Anastasia, because I have like 2 songs on my phone where like they weren't really like scores because they had like lyrics and everything, but they played a
So
big
he's the regular
role
one.
in. Well, they would play it would part of it would
Here's
be
the
a
tracks I
score,
selected.
but then
from,
when it would be a certain scene in the movie, they would have lyrics to
extended
it.
YouTube
The
ones.
jewelry box,
that is what you're looking
Yeah.
for.
I think, and then it was like Once Upon a December, and then there's another song in Anastasia, and they would play that music as a score throughout the entire movie. But then whenever the scene that was the origination, like where the original song came from, they would play lyrics for the song. So like you'd hear the Once Upon a December as like a lullaby.
Okay.
Or, like,
Is that a Taylor
also-
Swift song?
Definitely, yep. That's it. Boy.
She had some song about December. I don't fucking know. Come on.
Yeah, that's a
When
new
December
Taylor.
ends.
That's the new
Wake me
Taylor.
up when December ends.
Who's that by?
That's fucking Green Day.
Oh shit!
And it's September.
Wake me up.
No,
when September
it's
ends. That's September.
What is
Oh
the
my
mixture?
God.
It's September. It's a mixture.
Wake me up when
All-Star Ends.
All-Star, yeah.
It is called Back to December, the Taylor Swift song.
Ah,
It's
Back
from
to
her
December.
Enchanted album. Thanks,
Oh.
Google. I listen to Taylor Swift enough to know that, and I had to look it up.
Yeah, but Once Upon a December is like a lullaby type song, but then it's like,
Damn, these pants are really like loud.
and you'd hear that throughout the entire the rest of the movie. They would play it as a score, but when she has the jewelry box, they would have lyrics to it, or like someone would be singing lyrics to it.
Wow. Okay.
Nice.
So I think there's also another take on like scores. It's not just like a traditional song or a score. It's a original song coming from that could be played as a score, but it's
What
also
is-
an original song.
What?
So like you like Once Upon a December, it was an
Oh,
original
okay,
song,
okay, yeah.
but then they would take
Scorified it.
they made
Like
They took,
like that. Is it Whitney Houston? That no.
Oh, you talking about? You guys
This
heard the
is a-
soundtrack
this
before?
is
Yeah, you
also-
have.
Yeah,
It's
like
called
that
the
Whitney
soundtrack.
Houston song. You
Yes.
know, the one that like everyone knows.
What song?
Best movie
It was like for a
soundtrack.
movie, but no one really associates it with the
The
movie
Bodyguard,
anymore. It's just
yeah.
like her song.
The
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, Whitney Houston.
You know, was the guy that guy who's like, "This is the
No.
best fucking movie
Amadeus.
soundtrack you ever heard."
And I
You heard
fucking
this?
did
Yeah,
it.
you have. I fucking did
I
that
fucking
shit.
did. I made this.
Yeah, oh yeah, that guy was amazing, but
He's a
very
badass.
interesting.
Hey you, come up here. Oh yeah.
What? Oh, you don't buy
stole,
fucking music?
You stole music? I ain't laughing. Just like a true mafia guy.
Yeah.
Just like, it's funny. It's not funny. On stage, come to Hollywood.
Come to Hollywood. Shoot the dog. I don't know why I just
Who wants to do Hollywood semester? Someone comes up, here, shoot this guy.
Shoot the
Shoot
dog.
this man right now.
shoot this man. What? If you want to go to Hollywood semester, you got to shoot your adversaries.
6 people, 5 spots. Hands him the gun. Go ahead.
throws the gun and there's like
Come
chasing.
on,
We go.
Shoot this man.
Shoot.
Oh God. Shoot the dog.
Shoot. Oh yeah.
It's from for reference. It's from The Kingsman when Michael Caine tells you have to kill the dog you have to shoot the dog to get into the Kingsman. Spoiler alert!
Dog.
You don't actually shoot it.
You just hold.
It's
You
a
just keep
blank.
a bug.
It was a bloody blank.
Blank from that range. Don't
Amadeus
like
has
kill
a
the dog.
really great
Just
music.
What were you gonna say that you found?
Amadeus. It is the movie of Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart's life, and that is beautiful. Just because it's just classical music everywhere, and I love it. The band.
The
nerd
score
in
is
me-
Mozart's.
The band nerd in me appreciates the shit out of that soundtrack. It's so good. Every year in band we watch it at Christmas. It's just like a classic movie. Like I love that movie.
It's about Beethoven's life. You said.
Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart.
I didn't hear what you said.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
That's why it's called Amadeus.
I don't know.
He's
I'm bad
like-
at class. Very.
He's such a
classical
weird, awkward fucking dude, but like he's a legend in the classical realm.
music. Okay.
Weren't all those dudes like psychopaths essentially?
Well, he
Yeah,
was.
much,
Yeah,
essentially.
he was an alcoholic, and
So yes.
yeah, that's how he died.
He's crazy.
That's how he died. He
Died the way he lived.
Died the way he lived.
Fucking music and shit.
He died on his
I
piano.
was gonna fucking.
I took
bring
music
tonight as a
appreciation.
topic.
How was it?
Huh?
How was it?
Well, it was the only lecture hall I ever did in community college, so take with that what you will. That was one of the last classes I took, and I was like, this is a thing? I take a class with like 60 people? This fucking sucks. Hey! Hey, I'm all the way back here. How are you supposed to talk to me? And then I got kicked out because I didn't fill out the study guide, and I was like, fuck you.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck you.
That's so.
I filled out the
bizarre.
wrong one, and she's like, this.
Okay,
she's
there's
like,
no way that
I was like,
everyone else.
here's
filled
my
it out.
study guide, and she's like, oh, we skipped chapter 4. We go to chapter 5. You filled out the wrong one. So
You have to leave now.
She's like, you gotta go now. And I'm like, the fuck?
I'll call you back in when we're done.
No, like the
Never
whole
calls you back
class.
in.
She was just like, you're done. Goodbye.
Like, is it because she didn't want you to fill it out from being
Probably.
in class like
I don't
that?
fucking know.
There's no way that you're the only one who didn't fill it out.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, just other people are just like, oh,
Wait,
shit,
just let
she's
me in. It's a
making
fucking
him
lecture
leave?
hall. No one's
Fuck,
here. No
I'm
one's
not
here because
saying
they like
anything.
music. Everyone's here because they have a fucking
The
list
stupidest
on their.
thing in
Yeah,
the film
schedule.
appreciation class. So no, there's a
My
lot
film
of,
app class was lit.
That, yeah, no, that I have a lot of fun in film appreciation, but hearing people, they're like, oh yeah, I just took this class because I want to watch movies. Like they didn't.
Well, yeah,
take
that's why
it.
most people take it.
Yeah.
But like the thing,
It's like the
they
easiest.
didn't want to like yeah. But it's just like they're like, oh, I don't really, or I know one person like, yeah, I don't really like movies so much. But I'm just like, like class that you watch.
Well,
movies
yeah.
at
Well,
home.
then you go in and you try to learn. To, like,
Yeah, hopefully they get something out
Yeah.
of it.
And I'm just like thinking like, but they haven't got there yet, and I'm like just sit.
Just give it time,
and appreciate
man.
it, yeah.
Let that pot simmer, dude.
Yeah.
Let that pot. Let that Hans Zimmer.
Oh. All right.
Full
Best,
circle.
best Hans Zimmer score.
God damn it, no.
Don't-
Best licensed music soundtrack first.
Wait,
Oh, okay.
wait,
Like,
I want to say my favorite score.
Okay.
The Incredibles.
Oh!
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I'm sorry you didn't say.
Yeah,
that.
my
Okay.
bad.
Yeah.
Might be.
All right. Interesting
Might
choice.
Yeah, I don't know.
Fuck you.
I just
No,
love
I'm
it.
I
Okay, here it comes.
no.
Mhm.
You don't like the
What is your
Incredibles?
definition
No,
of a
I
score,
like
Ben?
The Incredibles. I'd say it has its moments.
Yeah, I love The Incredibles. It's my favorite Pixar
Sweet.
movie.
No,
And
yeah, it's my
favorite
favorite Pixar movie too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sweet. Yeah, did everyone else said theirs, right? No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
But yeah, then you said favorite license.
Like the other licensed music soundtrack.
Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction.
Austin, what did you say yours was again?
What are the
Your
songs
first
in that?
Yeah, there was. My
Say for
score.
score again. I'm
I said
sorry.
Your Name and Anastasia.
Anastasia.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Pulp Fiction it had some song. I don't.
What songs? I know the song with like
I'm
John
looking up.
Travolta and Uma
Yeah.
Thurman while they're dancing in the diner. That's all I
Yeah,
remember.
but like it was. I just like. Again,
Yeah.
I think I'm kind of like biased on this music just because of how they played the music. Because if it was based on like
I remember the diner scene.
yeah,
Can
the
we talk
dinosaur.
about how,
Yeah.
like Minecraft has a really nice like piano score going on. Like I love listening to the piano in that. Like I know it's like the lamest fucking thing ever, but like
Made by who made it again? I forgot.
Hodge?
No,
Did he write that or no?
no.
it's
Hans Zimmer.
It's
It's
like
Hans Zimmer.
Hans Zimmer wrote it. It's like some
C14.
C14. There you go.
Nice.
It's very interesting that. What else have they done?
C14. I don't know. I'll look it up. I just know they
Pulp
did
Fiction.
Minecraft.
But I said
Yeah, no, yeah.
And, like,
I
I
mean,
just-
But I
And
like.
I enjoy
I like
the
Baby
it's
piano.
a
Driver.
nostalgic. It's very
Yeah.
recognizable. I'll give it that.
Yeah, I love Baby Driver Sunday, but I just feel like that movie's so recent that I can't like say like, oh, this
There's,
is
like,
my
the-
favorite
yeah.
licensed music
Oh, I don't know.
score. Yeah, and like
I found it.
but I feel like someone else is gonna answer
one
that.
thing
like,
I
don't wanna-
appreciated about that movie. I feel like he went out of the way to find music that people didn't know about.
Which
What?
movie?
Baby Driver.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that whole score is
But
full
then they
of
called
like.
back to classic Queen. Like
Yeah, the Queen song, yeah, which I don't even think is actually on the soundtrack. I'll check again. But, like, yeah, the Queen song's in there, but, like, everything else is like a mystery almost, like where they found it from. It's pretty crazy. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
there's some there is hits, but it's just, like, not huge hits that have been in other movies at some point. Pulp Fiction soundtrack.
Okay, for me, I've only seen this movie once, and it was in film appreciation, and it was when we were talking about the musical score. Dazed and Confused.
There you go.
That's
Okay.
the entire score is licensed music, and I guess why I appreciate it is because like we talked about it and stuff, because that's what the unit was focusing on, and like they spent so much money just on music, like compared to the rest of the budget, because he just wanted those songs, you know.
Because they were important for that movie.
Yeah, it like set the tone well.
For the time period as well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That scene dog in Paddle, the freshman.
Hmm?
It's like, no more Mr. Nice Guy. You know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about?
Yeah, I want to watch the movie
We
again.
have to watch fucking Everybody Wants Some, dude.
Right,
That movie's
yeah.
so good.
That's like a sequel.
It
kind
truly
of.
is like the follow-up to it.
Mhm.
It's about college kids in the 80s, though.
Question: would La La Land fall under the soundtrack thing? Because again, La La Land, great soundtrack.
It's original.
Well,
It's a
musicals are.
Yeah. It's not
It's got their own
traditional, I think,
genre.
so.
LA
Yeah.
Noir has really beautiful music too, like classic.
The video
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
I am going to play that eventually.
It's
I have it
it's
if you
worth
want
playing.
it. I have
Okay.
it if you
It's
want
worth
it.
playing.
I do need to go play that because
I have it for the Xbox 360 though. I don't know if
that's fine.
Okay.
I mean, oh yeah, they released some definitive edition, right?
Did they?
Oh, I don't know.
So.
I think Xbox 360. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
kind of not consoles, but like consoles everyone has. All I have is an Xbox. Wait, did we go over this? Yeah, we went over this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, Jesus.
Did you say what yours was, Jake?
No, I didn't. I'm
Right.
trying to think like.
Traditional.
I'm trying to look up movies with licensed music in them, but I'm just getting.
Is it
tutorials.
Iron Man 2?
Is that whole movie made up
That-
of licensed
I think
music?
that score too. I
Yeah,
think.
it does. Yeah.
But it was like an AC/DC thing, like movie.
all of it, most of it.
Their
What
sound-
about the
their
first
soundtrack
one?
was AC/DC songs.
Oh yeah,
um,
no wait. Actually, the Iron Man 1 soundtrack is like the score is actually good. I forgot.
Mhm.
So it was slash recognizable anyway.
Oh God, I can't even.
Wait, what? So you said yours?
I didn't actually.
Oh.
Do you have one?
So mine's
Yeah.
The Big Lebowski.
I want to see that.
Huh?
I want to see that. I
Oh, you
seen
haven't seen it?
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah.
I won't give too much away then.
I've seen like
Mine-
2 scenes from it
Cool.
in my film class.
What was your movie again?
Dazed and Confused.
That's the movie with the 30-second rule, right? The guy make up a thing that's like if you sucker punch someone,
Mm.
you have 3 seconds to like not get hit before someone breaks up the fight.
Oh.
Mm.
And then he punches the guy, and then he counts to 3, but then like the dude just gets up and beats the shit out of him because no one comes to help.
Yeah.
Man, I need to watch
Since
that
this is
movie.
like
I feel like that's
this
in
is
a
kind of
hockey
a
movie.
newer interest for
I
me
feel like the
in terms
30-second
of licensed music in films.
Mhm.
Really?
It's kind of becoming a bigger thing.
Yeah, it's also becoming more popular now. So it's
I
like
think that 3-second rule is in a hockey movie. Yeah.
I don't-
Is it Slapshot?
oh, Slapshot
it
is
was-
fucking
yeah.
amazing.
I love
Really?
that.
You've seen Slapshot?
My dad loves that
Nice,
movie.
okay.
So
I
yeah,
love
I know.
Man, it was a hockey movie. It was like because this is when hockey fighting was getting pretty big. So like you were respected more as a player by how you fought. There was a hockey fight,
Mhm.
and this guy was like a wimp ass bitch. And he was good at. He
This
was good
guy's
at.
a whip ass bitch. Is it the movie Goon?
Oh no.
Is it oh shit.
The
no,
Tooth
that's not
Fairy?
hockey. No. I was gonna say it's not even a hockey movie. Blades of Glory.
No.
Yes,
That's not even hockey,
yes!
but it's ice
Yeah,
skating.
but
He
like,
tried to
the
do
thing
like
is,
the triple flip.
he was one of the top
Like
scorers.
keep
and
cutting off his
everything.
head like the dummy.
Yeah, he's like one of the top scorers and everything, but he was like a good player, but he wasn't a good fighter. And like people would pick fights with him, and he'd get his ass kicked every time. So they're like, okay, we're gonna teach you how to fight. And then they talk about like the 3-second rule, and like you would count to 3 before hitting someone.
Oh no, I meant the 3-second rule as in like if you're in a group or like a party or something, like, and you sucker punch someone, they have 3 seconds to hit you back,
Oh,
or else
so
people will
he
come
would get-
over and
yeah.
like break you guys up.
It was the fight like he got hit first, and he gave him 3 seconds.
Mhm.
to
I wanted
hit him
to-
back, and then actually one time he like hit him on 2. He's like 3, just like snipes on 2.
I'm trying to be original. I thought Fight Club had one. I thought Fight Club was a soundtrack composed of other songs, but it's not.
Oh, really?
So
What about Reservoir Dogs? That had a pretty good.
I'm gonna say probably like I Kill Bill,
Oh yeah.
because it you might not think it is, but it is.
It is. Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah. But it like my favorite though is probably gonna be the first Guardians of the Galaxy.
Mhm.
Oh.
Not the second ones, the first ones.
I think
that selection was on point.
Because I feel like old classic
Yeah.
movies did a lot of the, because that's when like music was super big, so they did a lot of traditional licensed songs in the movies. But then that was gone for a while, and then so like only licensed songs would come in trailers for movies instead of actually in the movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Going back
And
to
that movie
that.
brings it back. like the Guardian of the Galaxy that brought back the movie where there's a lot of licensed and shit.
Yeah.
A lot of licensed songs.
Going back to that, like, I love that first Thor trailer
This
is
movie-
amazing. With
with the immigrant song?
Yeah, Immigrants by fuck.
Led Zeppelin.
Led
Shrek
Zeppelin.
3.
Is that song in?
It's in Shrek 3. And
Yeah, it's in a lot.
Cinderella
It's in
sings
too many
it. No,
things.
That's
Snow
so
White
white, yeah.
sings it. And the trees fucking attack.
Okay.
Yes, I wrote a 108-line poem about Shrek for like.
And
three
it was-
wedding
You
vows.
said that to me.
108
108 lines. Yeah.
Send me
amazing.
that shit, please.
You need to read it.
I can read it.
Oh my god. Yeah, but like,
Poem special. Ben. Read by Ben.
I
Yeah,
love how
awesome.
that song, that trailer's amazing, but
Poetry
there's no way that
slam.
song's in the movie.
What?
The Immigrant song.
Oh, it's probably not.
No, yeah.
It's weird.
Also, it's Thor's Guardians of the Galaxy now. So.
Why is I was like, why is this movie trying to be like
Yeah.
advertised like it's like an 80s
Yeah,
homage or something?
it's like, oh, we're comic books. We are 80s now.
like
It's
the
what?
graphic of like
Yeah.
the Ragnarok thing is like a straight like
It's like-
vector, 80s like
Yeah,
vector
it's
thing.
like-
I'm
I was like, that's not Thor.
Your thing.
And he cut his hair.
Yeah.
I'm pissed.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly.
that's the most pissed
I'm
I've ever
and,
been.
I'm pissed.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I agree.
Yeah.
I didn't
It's just
watch
not the
two.
same.
I
You
didn't
watch
watch.
two?
I didn't watch the Dark World.
I saw two. That's the only Thor I've seen.
Oh shit, we gotta combine.
I think
so we
they're,
see both of them.
They're like equal quality. I
Oh,
think. Yeah, I think so.
I just remember there being the whole, like, it was kind of one of the first end credit scenes thing where it's like Phil Coulson, I think that was his name, the agent. He's like in the desert. He's like, we found him, and it like pans over and there's like a fucking hammer there. But like, even though it doesn't make any sense, my friend and I were just like, that should have been Captain America's shield. Like we wanted to be Captain America, not Thor. Like, cause
Wait, what movie,
Captain
is that in
America-
Iron Man? Or?
I
think it's Iron Man 2, isn't it?
Probably.
Wait, you talking about the first end credit scene?
No, I don't know if
okay.
it was the first one, but it's like one of the
Okay.
first ones.
Because the first one I believe was the
It's just Nick Fury,
the
right?
second Hulk movie.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Or-
Really? It's a
Did,
Hulk movie.
did the first Iron Man have one?
I would be shocked if it's in one of the Hulk movies.
The second
that's
Hulk movie has
impressive.
Robert Downey Jr. in it,
Yeah, I know, but
and he goes up to the general guy. And
is
he's like,
he Iron Man in
yeah.
that? Oh,
He's like, we're forming a team. Have you seen a green guy or some shit like that?
oh,
I think the
really?
And then it's like, all right, bye. No
no
more Hulks. See you in the Avengers, which was like fucking.
I think the first Iron Man had the end credits where like the agent like tells him about the Avengers.
Yeah.
And then the second Iron Man had the end scene that you were talking about with Thor's hammer, I think.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah, 'cause I've never seen the one you're talking
and
about.
Credits.
I'm pretty sure it's at the end of the second Iron Man.
Fucking Phase 1 Marvel was so cool.
Like, I know who they are, but like I've never seen any of these.
That's
What?
sad.
You never seen any of them?
No,
Really?
I don't think
For
so.
a house
My entire
Save
family
yourself.
watched them
No,
all
no,
last
no.
Christmas
Save
break.
yourself.
I actually really
I
love
think
the first
I enjoyed the
Avengers
Avengers
movie.
the first.
Like that's
Yeah.
I think it's really good.
Superhero
For-
movies.
yeah.
I've seen like Spider-Man.
Which Spider-Man?
The first one.
Like Tobey
Like the
Maguire.
Tobey
Yeah.
Maguire ones.
Okay.
Okay.
Approve.
I've seen
Approve.
Not that I don't like Andrew
Batman.
Garfield. I thought
Don't
he was
ask
a
me
decent
which
Spider-Man.
Batman. The one where Batman saves the town. That one.
Oh,
yeah,
Batman
And it's
saves
just
the
really
town.
melodramatic the whole
Is the
fucking
Joker in it,
time.
or is there a guy?
It's
Are they
not-
Legos?
Are they Legos? No, they're not Legos. And I don't remember who the like.
For me,
Is
it's
Robin
most
in
like,
it?
No.
Yeah,
it was
it is
most
Nick
like-
Fury
Yeah.
in the first
Marvel
Iron Man.
movies.
Hmm.
I like them the
Oh,
first
cool.
time around, and I'll enjoy them the first time around. But then, like the second or third time around, now as the movie, I'm just like, okay.
But the
I'm
Marvel
a superhero,
movies?
but, like,
yeah,
X-Men.
Marvel movies.
I've
I
seen,
love
X-Men
Spider-Man. Like
Wolverine.
I can watch
Mhm.
Spider-Man over and
Solid.
over again, and I can watch maybe the first Iron Man over and over again.
See, the thing with like
But,
Underdog from Disney Channel.
the thing with the Marvel movies,
Did
I've
you
always
say
had.
underdog.
Yeah.
Best
Shut the fuck
superhero
up.
Best
movie.
superhero.
Jason
movie.
Lee.
There's
as
no
Underdog.
need to fear. Underdog is here.
Wait, who was I having like a
Underdog is
conversation about that with in the lobby? Like,
here. We were talking about it a couple
His
days
bark
ago.
is worse than his
Fucking-
bite. What do you mean?
Peter Dinklage as the
Oh
villain.
god.
that
Oh,
was
yeah.
a good
Corey in the
movie.
house rapping.
Corey in the house.
Corey in the house
rapping.
rap.
Fucking Underdog theme song.
I have it on my phone.
No.
Please stop.
What have we done?
Okay, yeah, the Iron Man end of Iron Man 2 is the shield thing. Or the
hammer thing. Yeah, that's what I thought.
I don't think I've ever seen
that
this.
badass shot of Phil Coulson.
Yeah, I've never seen this.
I loved his character
Just
so
from Iron Man
much.
2.
He's dead now. Or sorry, he's not dead. He's alive in the fucking show that they have.
Yeah, what's
they
up with
reanimated his brain.
Wait, did they really? Is that like actual plot?
Yeah, there's a
They said they
shot.
put him through like cryo.
There's a shot where like there's this like machine going like on his brain. I'm like, what the fuck is this show? Like, that's how they brought him back to life. Like, because it's like throughout the whole first season, he was like, they're like, oh my god, you're alive, Phil Coulson. He's like, yeah, I don't really quite understand why I'm alive either. He's like knows there's something wrong with like what happened to him being alive again, and like Nick Fury's like, yeah, we reanimated your brain. Like, it's like
that like reinforces my main problem with the Marvel movies.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
No one dies.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Like when
yeah,
you're watching
yeah.
them, you know that they've got all these other ones planned out, so you know that like Iron Man isn't gonna die or anything, and I don't know.
So it's
it
like
just
how, like,
like
with
takes away
X-Men,
from the stakes.
It's like if there's one thing I like about X-Men, it's characters die.
There's people dying.
There's people dying.
There's people dying. I'm watching.
But even like with Deadpool's not exactly X-Men, and then like Logan isn't exactly directly X-Men.
It's in the universe.
It's in the universe. So, but they kill off people, and then they actually like. The one thing that annoys me, I know it's like there's no other way around it, but in action movies, when like a punch like this kills a guy, or like they just punch a guy and he's like, oh, and he flies.
Can you describe that punch for our viewers at home?
Yeah.
Yeah, I describe it. So a wimpy ass punch, like just a,
You're saying he just
you're like
punches
a Power
someone
Ranger,
and they're
like
dead.
a Power
Is that what you're
Rangers
saying?
hit would kill someone.
Okay, no, never mind. I'm not going into this.
Are you saying like a regular punch, like just
a
kill
normal
someone,
punch
right?
kills a guy. Like in most superhero movies, like that's what they like are fighting. Awesome, like they hit something, the guy's like ah, and like flies to the ground,
Mhm.
and you're just sitting there like, the fuck. And like if it was anyone else, they'd get back up 3 seconds later
Yeah.
and hit the guy again. But no, they're on the ground. They lay on the ground. They stay on the ground. They're dead. And so I'm just like, it kind of annoys me sometimes. I think it maybe now because shows are showing a little more violence. Just I'm a Game of Thrones fan, so I watch Game of Thrones. They show this, like, they make it look real with the stabbings and everything like that. That you get to shows where it's just like the Power Rangers hit and the guy goes, ah, and dies. I'm just like, where's the action? Where's the fun? Like, why? That's not a thing.
Yeah.
It, like, takes the realism out of it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's just kind of like, these people are dead now. Like, yeah.
I love paper people. Like, they kind of make fun of that in Guardians of the Galaxy. It's like, oh, paper people. That's what I call them.
You
It's
remember
like, yeah,
those
it's just-
cartoons you watched on Saturday mornings with the bad guys?
Yeah.
These bad guys aren't like those bad guys. They will kill you. I don't think that's the right exact right quote. But
Yeah, it's like they won't spare you because you're
Yeah.
children. Yeah.
Did you know?
Yeah.
Did you get the quote? Okay.
I think I did.
What? I'm sorry. I'm like so zoned out right now. Like, but I do know what you're talking about.
Okay. And on that note, I think we should end it. We're at 2 hours and 11 minutes.
Okay.
Another feature film. Feature audio
Let's
film.
animate it.
Well, yeah.
Oh, animation jam.
Yeah.
Like we said at the beginning, I'm Jake.
I'm Warren.
I'm Katie.
Kathy. Austin.
And I'm Ben.
And we are
Tentative.
Beach Boys.
Skeletato.
Skeletato. Skeletative. Skeletanative.
Skeletanative.
Ado.
Ado.
Skitato.
And we
I
are
kinda like
sleep
Skitato.
deprived.
Skeletate.
Skitato. Skeletonado.
And
He's still going.
fake.
Good night, everybody. Have a safe drive home.
I really want ramen noodles.